personally. But I mean, we'll see, man. We'll see. And shout out to Sneaker Tyler Radio, man. He did his review on the kick. And shout out to him, man. Y'all definitely go ahead and check out my man's review, man. I don't know why a lot of people go so crazy over the 14 model. To me, it just doesn't look good. It looks, I don't know, man. The 14s
People
to me
just say the same thing about the 10s.
And that's cool. I respect that.
Especially with that ugly
10s look way better than 14s.
Stop it. Stop.
What?
Stop.
10s look way better than 14s and way cleaner.
Just say, can you please add the caveat of J Elevate think 10s look better than 14s?
But everybody heard what I said in the beginning.
That's not what you said.
I said
you made a blanket statement.
I said I don't like 14s. So that clearly tells y'all I don't like 14s. That clearly says that gives a clear, concise information to the chat that says Jay don't like 14s. Jay like 10s over 14s.
You said you got to have high ankles to wear as opposed to low ankles. What you mean high? What is high ankles?
My guy Jay, what's up, Jay? What up, Tyler?
Toe cap is OG. Cool. It can be OG, but Mike said take that toe cap off and the sales went up. So guess what? I'm rocking with what Mike said.
Man, give me those toe caps.
You can have
them. I like them both the way they go, but I like the toe cap.
Mr. Think I'm Possible, what's good with you, bro? How you feeling today?
Hey, good morning, brothers. What's going on with y'all?
Is that one of the Red Air shirts?
Yes, sir.
Nice.
Yeah.
We having our morning debate.
Nice. Now there is a Nike SB dropping today. The Red Stardust and Monarchs. Materials look good on them, but I'm sure. Listen, a lot of SBs, unless they've been collabs, have been sitting. So I can't call it how these are actually going to do. But guaranteed they're going to be an afterthought in comparison to everyone trying to go after the Ferraris today. We shall see. We shall see.
So let me ask you this question here, right? Because is it the colorway? When I look at this red Starburst Monarch, right? Is it the colorway? I mean, and let's just be honest, man. Is this a good looking colorway?
I think it's good for spring, summertime.
Okay.
I think it's nice for spring, summertime for real. Stock numbers 5,129 on the sneakers app today.
For the red Starburst Monarch?
Yeah, for the SBs.
Okay.
5,000 pairs. Wow. Well,
okay.
There'll be a decent amount of pairs that move because of that. And when people take the L's on them 14s, they're gonna be like, "Oh, let me see if I get these SBs." That always happens.
And I'm not saying these look bad. I'm just asking, is it the colorway? Because when we talk about SBs not doing nearly as well, I do kind of feel like on the SB side they got away from their storytelling. Because remember, that's when SBs was giving Jordan work. Because the quality, the pricing, and the story. So do you feel like they lost that? You think they lost that little bit of touch?
No, I mean, they still drop SBs with stories, but the regular SBs that are just kind of like these, there's no real story to them. Haley Wilson's did well.
Yo, yeah.
The Haley Wilsons did well, which I still need to. I just got mine. I need to do the review on those. They're still in the silver bag.
Did you? Oh, you haven't smelled them yet. You haven't gotten that smell.
I haven't taken them out the bag yet. I was going to do it on camera.
Look, I like
it. Yeah, they. I mean, these. Listen, it's nice colorway, decent materials. You know what I mean? Like it's a nice shoe, but if we see a sellout, it'll be due to the fact that there's 5,000 total pairs, So executive talk was good.
Shout out to my Tyler, what's going on?
Sticker Tyler Radio.
More money.
Jay Morrell, what's good with y'all? What's good with everybody up in the chat? Appreciate y'all being tapped in. June 14th. We damn near halfway through the month of June already. Wow. And tomorrow is Father's Day, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
You are
Something
correct,
like that.
sir.
Shout out to all the daddies out there. You know?
Hey, wear your kicks. I want to say pause to you, man, because you're getting a little bit too excited for this preseason football thing. Like, you're getting a little bit too excited, man. Like, you need to slow your roll, man.
We're defending champs.
Slow your roll, man. You need to calm down a little bit.
Okay? Defending champs. All right? I ain't doing no trash talking. I'm just so we know.
I see what you're doing.
Football season. We know what team I'm about.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing.
Yeah. You know? You know?
Hey, Chad, we started all right this morning. We acting a god doggone fool. And yes, nigga Tyler Radio, those Kobe Air Force Ones, and I'm not pausing on that. Super hard. No pause.
Do you like those?
Are you don't you start. Hey, dude, don't you start with me. I know you do. Don't you start.
Listen, I know you a Kobe chaser, but you speaking on them like, I don't know, bro. Like,
what?
They not. Look, the materials
they
are
better
nice.
than last year's model. Look at me when I'm talking to you. They better than last year's model.
No, not with that giant 8 on the back of the heel.
Oh my God. Dude, are you okay? I'm done with you. I'm being
completely serious.
Chat, somebody
giant ass 8 on the back of the heel.
You crazy.
Jay, all it's gonna be is another shoe you don't wear, so don't even act like that.
Don't you hating with the shoelaces? Tell me them laces ain't smackalicious.
The laces. So what?
That's all. Nice. That is part of the packaging. That is part of the presentation.
Look, listen. It's the same reason why I'm more than likely passing on the Awake 5s is because that giant A that they put in the side panel. I don't like it.
You could sell those.
I'm just saying, like that giant. That I don't know. It's like, bro. It's like they do a giant Jumpman on the back of one of these retros, bro. I'm like, sometimes subtlety is better.
Listen to me, y'all. Those Kobe's, I will be giving you guys your review. I'm telling you right now, them Kobe's is stankalicious.
I mean, hey, if you like them.
Stankalicious. Better than Ferrari 14s. And I don't even like Air Force One.
Stop it.
No cap.
Stop.
No cap.
Stop it. Stop.
Tyler said he loving this. Tyler, we serious, man.
Stop it.
You said better than you know I get offended about my Kobe's, Tyler. You know I get offended about my Kobe's, man.
What's the last pair of Kobe's you had on feet?
Actually, I did have one feed yesterday. I put on the Kobe 8s.
Hey, good morning. What up?
Yesterday.
Which ones you had on, Jay?
I had on my purple, my purple ones.
Nice. Yeah, that's good.
I did.
Hey, Zan, what's good?
Had on my purple ones yesterday.
Well, there we go.
Yes.
Hey.
Yes.
What up?
Yes. With that muted yellow, almost looking like the color of a bone. Pause, because y'all not gonna get me on that. Y'all not gonna get me on that with
Ooh.
He said the color of a bone.
Not the bone colored.
Yeah, it's a muted yellow color of a bone. Pause.
Ooh.
Look at that. Smackalicious. It would have been crazy if they would have gave us a 2 and then the 4. But listen, when Kobe rocked the 8, he was something nasty. Bro, crazy work. Crazy work right there, bro.
Listen, it's not a bad shoe. But
hey, Desmond, I'm saying you gotta watch them light skins. You ain't lying, bro. He
bro, you just as light.
First of all, stop it, bro.
Stop it. Bro, the light reflects off your skin. It doesn't get absorbed, sir.
Oh, I know you didn't tell me I got that glow. I know you just didn't tell everybody I got that glow.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I had people in church coming up to me. It was like, Damn, you look like you done got tanned. So I'm getting darker, Jay. I've been
Yeah,
out.
you've
I've
been
been
Yeah,
out in
doing
the
moves in
you
sun.
that
trying to
sun.
get on my level. You trying to get there with me, but you ain't there yet.
I've been
my friend.
doing moves in the sun.
Look at Jay's skin. Now look at the contrast in color. And my man said he dark skinned. Stop
Absolutely.
it. Stop.
He said dark chocolate too. He said
Everybody
Stop.
knows
my
that.
man said I'm dark chocolate.
Sneaker Tyler said he's gonna try to do more lace swaps. Facts, bro.
Yeah, man. Hey, yo, L. Good
Look at
morning,
your
L.
boy.
Elliot Armstrong in the build.
Look at your boy. He is light as they come.
Stop it, man. Everybody know I'm chocolate, man. Stay on the road. You know what I'm
He
saying?
is light as they come. My man said if Jay dark, then I'm midnight black.
Doctor
My man
says
said I'm asphalt.
doctor. Yo, Sneaky Tyler said he is working on his white cement video. Let's get it, brother.
Nice.
I know.
Let's
White
go.
cement. So thank you
There
for
you go.
bringing up white cement fours. I got a serious question, bro. The disrespect for the OG fours is amazing to me. It's amazing how we saw a little bit of the bread for Reimagined sit around. But we definitely saw military blues get restocked over and over and over and over and over and over again. And the same thing now seems to be happening right now with these white cement fours that you can just walk in the stores and there's damn near full size runs just sitting around.
I love it. I love it.
Overall, do you feel as though the community has lost their appreciation for the originals, or do you feel as though there's something else at work here?
Tyler said it. No, go ahead, Jay. Go ahead, Jay.
I think Nike is money hungry right now. They made too many pairs, but I love and I'm not offended by this because y'all know this, the Air Jordan 4 white cement is the greatest sneaker known to mankind in my unhumbled opinion. And I'm gonna say it
He
loud.
said unhumbled. He normally go humbled. Okay.
Yeah, no, man. I'm speaking loud. I'm speaking loud from the microphone from this one.
Whoa.
But I love the fact that they dropped this opportunity for everybody to cop a piece of history. A piece of sneaker history. And I think what you're saying is where your kicks, there is a disconnect when it comes to this younger generation now, because as time progresses, styles and everything changes. I think this was really meant for people like us, our group. I really do feel like that this was meant for our group, but I do think like Nike is money hungry and they made too many pairs. And I'm speaking now, y'all, just so you guys can understand, not from a sneakerhead perspective, but I'm speaking from a business perspective at this point. So there's something called an abundance and an overkill, and this was an overkill. I will try to cop a third pair of those 2025s without a shadow of a doubt. But Nike needs to understand, like, they got to slow down. But hey, Tyler said they didn't make too many. And Tyler, I'm just saying from a business perspective, not from a sneakerhead standpoint at this time. You know what I mean? From a sneakerhead standpoint, it's amazing.
From a business perspective, though, if they do restock them, and to some of the people in the chat's point, they do sell out, they're still making money off of them. So is it really that bad of a business move if they keep moving pairs out the door? Or are you kind of like mixing your feelings of the sneakerhead with the business aspect?
I disassociated that aspect. You know what I mean? Because one thing you don't want, in my opinion, is a highly sought out OG to sit. For us, it's great to walk in the store and be like, oh, got it. Right? That you don't want, because when you too much of anything, people get bored. I'll give you a prime example. We got 1 trillion Kobe's this year dropping, right? Last year we had that 5 Kobe pack, right, in one day.
Oh, I remember that.
Right? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so at the end of the day, too much of anything is not good. When we talk about the basketball court, it used to be like, oh, such and such is wearing those Kobe's. Now everybody wearing Kobe's. It was like, hey man, this person is wearing Kobe's. It was something special. Now everybody's wearing.
But isn't that a sign of respect though, that many people want to wear that shoe?
On the business side, it's kind of like maybe too much is not good, but on the sneakerhead aspect, absolutely yes. So this is why the Kobe's, LA Dodgers is not doing good on the resale market, but I think it's great for us who love Kobe's.
Let me talk about this name right here real quick. Shout out to Midlife Creases. I think that is a dope YouTube name. I think that is fly.
Midlife Creases.
I like that.
That is a dope name right there.
I got my
shout out to you. That is a fresh name. I like that.
It said, I got my cement for day one, born in 81. I too think older heads were the demographic for that release.
Thank you. Midlife. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that.
So Jay, Tyler said some pretty important stuff that I do agree with. He said it was a very high stock. He said, could you imagine if those white cement 4s had to stock like these 14s? And people will be throwing fits over them. If there wasn't enough pairs, you absolutely. And number one, if these white cement 4s had the stocks like these 14s that's dropping, these white cement 4s would be a $400 shoe right now. There's no doubt about it. It'd already be there. We know 4 for 4. 4s be going for 400s. And it would be right there. It's kind of like a catch-22, right? Nike gives us low stock and everybody cries, you make enough pairs, it's not fair. And then when they got enough pairs for everybody to cop, then you feel like it's not saying you, but it's not exclusive enough. And then it's sitting and, it might even end up at an outlet. And then everyone says it's a brick. It's almost like you can't please everybody. You know what I mean? You just can't. You cannot please everybody. So
I'm looking at prices right now on the military blue 4s on GOAT. And they haven't really gone up more than, depending on some of the sizes, about, between $10 and $20 over, because retail was $215, correct?
Yes, something like
that.
The
release, yeah. I'm looking at
215, 225.
Size 12, 227. Size 13, 222. Size 11, 221. Size 10, 233. Like it hasn't really. And again, I'm looking at GOAT right now. Okay, so if you guys are looking at StockX, that's why the numbers are probably going to be different. I don't know. It's usually 4s for the most part have shot up pretty good, but when it comes to the OGs, I don't know. The other aspect of it too is the fact that it's.
You're right, Al.
It's one of those things where, as a salesperson, the more units you move, obviously the more profit you made because of per unit, right? When we think about oversaturation, I mean, I don't know. Is it necessarily a thing of oversaturation? But I think we as sneakerheads look at it as oversaturation. But you got to think there's a whole segment of sneakers itself, right? If we talked about this before, is like a very small niche, right? And what's going on here in 2025 has gotten even smaller. So you figure there's a whole audience out there that isn't necessarily following sneakers like this on a day-to-day basis, collecting and understanding the history and stuff. A lot of times they're just walking into the stores and they're going like, oh, you guys have a pair of these? Oh, I like these. And then they just walking out and all they know is it's a pair of Jordan 4s, right? Like, so in that aspect, with the general audience being able to get their hands on these pairs, in that aspect, Nike sees that as a win. But us as sneakerheads, we're like, oh, they got so many pairs sitting out there. These are sitting around in stores. Da, 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 da. Like we always seem to feel some type of way when a shoe that we really like, we see sitting around in a lot of places. And it's like, oh, I guess nobody wanted these, or Nike made too many. But to Mr. Think's point, then when they're hard to come by, it's, oh, Nike didn't make enough. Well, no, I should say you took that L, and a few other people you knew took that L.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes those L's, listen, for every W you get, you probably gonna get twice, if not 3 times as many L's on something you really, really want, especially if it's limited.
Yeah.
All right, Lewis, it's official.
Ooh, there we go.
Congrats.
There we go. Look at that. Lives are lucky, my man. Got his dub.
Congrats.
Be in there.
There we go. Congrats.
Be in there.
There we go.
All right, so all right, here it goes. Confession time. This is my first 14 ever. Never slid my foot inside of a 14. Never wore one. So this is it.
What made you go
I don't think
for
this
it?
is a bad first 14, to be honest with you.
What made you go for it?
I've been hearing that they're comfortable. So I just like I'm open. Like, not only am I open to like new silhouettes within the Nike and Jordan brand, I'm actually open to like other brands as well. You know, so I just wanted to try something different. So I will give an honest, like, full review of how they fit for me and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Which is the reason why I went to our chat and I was like, I never had a pair of 14s. You know, should I go, true to size or whatever? And, Lewis is like, they want a little slim, might want to size up. So I went with a 13. So I believe I'll be okay. But I just want to try something different.
I would say out of the silhouettes 1 through 14, the 14s are probably the lightest of all of them. They're very light and they're narrow, but they do feel good on feet.
Yeah, Tyler. There's 4 colors here. I got them hanging up. Watch this.
See, I'm surprised you wouldn't even want like the last shot 14s.
No, listen, I'm only going for this 14 to give you a review, and it's going by ASAP. Same day.
And you got all the Rare Air shirts.
Don't like
them. Yep. Got all 4 colors on them joints.
I don't like 14s, man.
Where you get all the Rare Air shirts from?
Nike app. Yep. Got them with that juicy deal too. And this is like a 3X, because sometimes it's hard to find like the 3X. I'd be selling for the 2. So this one is actually bigger, which I like the comfortable fit. It's not looking like a medium.
You got the Rare Air ones, right? Did you get the Rare Air ones? Mm-hmm. And you have I know you have the 3s.
Yeah, I don't have the Cinnabar, the women's, but I do.
Oh, I know. They didn't come in extended sizing, unfortunately.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Got the 3X. I'm a big boy, man. I'm a fat man. I'm a fat man. This is the 3X I got on.
My man said 3XL. Sheesh, they're already oversized.
Hey, and you see I'm not drowning in it neither. I'm a big guy.
Hold on here. Got a good comment. I'm not into shoes like that. I discovered y'all from the WWE stuff, but I appreciate this type of content. I mostly rock with just Cortez and Adidas. What y'all think of the? Hold on a second. You rock the Cortezes. Where you live at?
He Cali. Gotta be Cali.
Is he in Cali? Yeah.
Hey, Desmond. I got a question for you, bro. Did you watch John Cena get broke off really bad, bro? Because I'm gonna go live for another WWE match, and if so, man, how you feel about that? Because I do think his last match he's gonna win, because he's getting his butt torn off so crazy. And I will tell you this, man, did you pick up those Jackie Robinson Nike Cortez, bro? And Adidas absolutely goes hard, man. Adidas new kick dropped. I can't think of the name of it right now, but it looks super comfortable. It's got a real thick mid, so I don't know why I'm drawing a blank right now. He from the H Sound. I just let me know, Desmond. Did you check that out, man? Hey, man, to all my WWE fans out there, come on and talk to me, man. Listen, I told y'all we could do this.
Hey, these Forrest Gump joints are still sitting on.
You have the Forrest Gump joint.
Okay, bet. Got you. Got
Yeah,
you.
thanks for tapping in. Appreciate you for tapping in.
Yeah.
All day.
Yeah.
These phones are
You got
still
those
sitting
joints.
on. No. So
Cortezes, yeah.
what I got, remember I got the book 1 Forrest Gumps. So it was color blocking, but it was the book 1s.
Got you. I got you.
But yeah.
Cortez run tight, so like I wouldn't even be surprised if you go up a full size in Nike Cortez. Cortez run they run a little slim.
So if he's out in Cali, right? Is it
He in the
same thing with like the okay.
In the H-Town.
So if anybody knows anything about Cali culture though, because I've heard just like with the hats, like wearing certain hats in certain areas of California, from my understanding, the same goes with the Nike Cortezes. Like apparently certain colorways or something like that, like you shouldn't wear in certain areas either.
I never had no real issue in Cali, man. I don't know.
You wore some Cortezes?
I have one Cortez. I've purchased Cortezes before. Like I've never had issues in Cali.
And y'all
know I go to Cali quite often.
But was you in that place in Cali?
I go everywhere.
Hey yo, Jay, Lewis is trying to. He's like, man, you was in Beverly Hills. You wasn't there.
No. I'm just, bro. You seen the Modelo commercials, right? The Modelo beer commercials. They be featuring the cholos like crazy in them commercials. I'm talking about like those parts of Cali.
Yeah, I mean, and just like Desmond said, it's true when it comes to the brim with the brim caps. Like,
yeah, we actually did we not? We watched that clip during one of the podcasts about the guy that was explaining.
Bro, he got like 30 videos and he breaks down every hat. It's like, bro, I can't keep up. I can't keep up.
You might listen. At this point, can you even wear a cowboy hat? It's about as good as you gonna get. Can I wear a fedora and be all right?
Man, shout out to Cali, man. Like,
hey, Lewis, what's your plan for these 14s? Because I know you're trying to cop, man. You want me to try to cop for you?
Yeah, please. Yeah. I need that size 12. I'm gonna try.
Are you gonna hit the streets after the live and go see what's first come first serve anywhere?
Man, listen. I want to, but
you're not. All right. Well, what size you want?
Try and see if we can catch this restock. Oh, it's 938. Let me read these stock numbers real quick. Shout out to everybody rocking with the One Pair at a Time podcast channel. So we have allegedly 21,377 total pairs of these Ferrari 14s. Now, for those of you interested in the SBs that are dropping today, I will give you stock numbers on those right after. But are we ready? Shout out to everybody up in the chat. Shout out to everybody rocking with us right now. All right. Size 7, 287. Size 7.5, 450. Size 8, 1,445. Size 8.5, 1,412. Size 9, 2,169. Size 9.5, 2,070. Size 10, 2,558. Size 10.5, 2,516. Size 11, 2,433. Size 11.5, 1,470. Size 12, 2,031. Size 12.5, 295. Size 13, 1,472. Size 14, 432. Size 15, 247. Size 16, 51 pairs. Size 17, 24 pairs. And size 18, 15 total pairs for once again a total of 21,377 pairs allegedly dropping today on this issue.
Okay.
Now, the Nike SB Dunk Low Red Stardusts are also dropping today. Retail price on those is $120. Total stock 5,129 alleged pairs. So, size 4, 31. Size 4.5, 44. Size 5, 56. Size 5.5, 80. Size 6, 144. Size 6.5, 160. Size 7, 199. Size 7.5, 199. Size 8, 250. Size 8.5, 292. Size 9, 395. Size 9.5, 451. Size 10, 507. Size 10.5, 549. Size 11, 522. Size 11.5, 330. Size 12, 434. Size 13, 305. Size 14, 123. And size 15, 58 total pairs for, once again, a total stock of 5,129 pairs. Woo! Woo!
You like it? I love it.
Slim pickings. Slim pickings today.
Definitely slim pickings.
Now with the SBs, they've been releasing kind of all week at a bunch of the different skate shops. You know what I mean? But with these 14s, granted, you know, Snipes is gonna have them good. Yeah. Snipes is the worst. JD Sport Finish Line, first come, first serve. Obviously, Sneakers app, Foot Locker, Champs. They're going to be, you know, obviously doing releases on them. I don't know. I'm going to say
Jay acting the fool. Jay acting the fool. I love it.
That's pretty low.
My man said numbers lower than snail balls for size 14 in those Ferraris.
That is pretty low, my guy. That's on the ground right there. That's pretty low.
Hey, that sounds like scraping.
Now listen. When you guys get these Ferrari 14s, make sure you have yourself some of this Rejuvenator mink oil, and you're gonna need this horsehair brush to keep that red suede nice and vibrant.
And you're gonna need the stain and water repellent. I'm telling you right now,
you gotta protect them.
This kick, from what I understand, has a bleeding issue. Come on, Nike, do better.
I mean, it's red suede. Didn't these bleed too?
Again, when you pay a certain amount of money, it don't matter that it's red, because it's red, it bleeds. There's other kicks that's bleeding as well that's not red. And Nike, you do better. For $215 price tag, you got to do better.
I mean,
do better.
So by that, okay. So, and this isn't even really towards you. This is towards everybody that talks about this issue when it comes to the sneakers. For example, when you have brand new red clothing, right? They tell you not to wash it unless it's with other light colors, because red tends to bleed even in the wash of clothing. So if it's going to bleed on clothing, it's kind of hard not to think it ain't going to bleed on the materials of sneakers too, especially suede, when suede is a delicate material to begin with. You know, they bleed like a young turning 13. Oh, come on, man. Come on.
Ohio, I don't blame you, bro. I don't blame you, not one penny, bro.
I don't blame you either, to be honest with you. I don't blame you.
Where your kicks, I understand what you're saying, bro, but all colors can bleed. At the end of the day, if you're going to go ahead and give a product to consumers, wash, rinse, repeat, and make sure it doesn't bleed. Wash, rinse, repeat, and make sure it doesn't bleed. And for what I understand, that, yes, John, the materials are not like the older pair, which was a 15 or 14s. It's not like the older pair. And so the thing is like, it's very starchy. It's hard. I just want to give you guys my honest opinion and review and get rid of the shoe. Honestly, if I hit, great. If I don't, beyond great. So for me, man, I don't care. 215 and a kick bleeds, kick rocks.
Nah.
Reebok ain't doing it. 120. I'm just putting it out there. Adidas ain't doing it. 150. I'm just giving fikes.
You know, if it wasn't for Jay, Adidas and Reebok would never even be heard on this channel. Let's just keep it a bean right there.
I don't know. I'm open. I'm open to some.
This is the first time I've ever heard you
kick.
say you open a new brands.
No, I am, man. Like if
This is
it's
the
gonna be
first time
something
I ever
comfortable,
heard you say it.
if it's gonna be something comfortable for the feet, man, I'm like, no lie, man, I'm down. I am. It's gonna be good for the feet. Good feet.
He said Snipes asking 225.
Oh wow. So they put $10 on.
Are they really?
You know what? I wonder if these are on what you call it, because every time I go to End Clothing, they always be hitting you over the head too. They always add something.
Well, that's because they coming from overseas though.
Right, I do know that, but still,
they coming from overseas, so they build the
and it might go up even more.
Yeah.
All those tariffs.
Well, and now have you noticed? Has anybody tried to cop? Okay. For example, I think yesterday the Jordan 1 Low Kai 54s dropped, that yellow and black pair. And has anybody noticed in trying to purchase from an overseas website that sometimes they say they will not ship due to the tariff stuff? They won't ship them.
Yeah.
Has anybody seen that as of late?
No, I haven't.
No. Hey, Desmond Martin, listen, Reebok, listen. Reebok used to be one of the top brands to wear.
Facts.
It used to be one of the top brands to wear. Like it in the 90s, y'all gotta remember, like in the 90s, like Nike was there due to Jordan and a few other athletes, but the other brands did carry a certain level of respect, especially like it was Reebok. You know, you had AI, you had Shaq, you know, Reebok. Reebok actually sponsored like a lot of like high schools and colleges and stuff, especially in the 80s too. Reebok was huge in the 80s. Matter of fact, I don't know. Do y'all remember this old school 80s movie called The Program? With
I do remember that actually.
Oh my God, I see his face.
I do.
Makai, damn, I see the guy's face. You remember it was okay? So he went to the college to play running back. But I remember, then like you would see like the Adidas, you would see the Reebok. You know what I'm saying? You would see all those things. But you know, as time went on, other brands.
You said Omar Epps.
You know, you had Omar Epps. Thank you.
Omar, yep.
Omar Epps.
Burpee.
Thank you for that.
Perfect
10 minutes. Well,
we got 11 minutes. Yep.
You know.
But also times have changed, because you're right. Back in the day, Reeboks was cool, because I flat out tell you, Champion, wasn't nobody rocking that, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't nobody rocking that. And now it's like a damn near like a luxury brand, you know, to today's market. And wasn't nobody rocking no Champion back in the day, bro.
Correct.
Straight up.
Absolutely.
Straight up. Wasn't nobody rocking that.
So
absolutely.
Let me say this about Reebok, y'all, and why I'm a big advocate for Reebok getting back in the game. So we already talked about the pump before, and Shaq was the face for Reebok. Let's just keep it 100% honest, because Reebok
AI?
really got popular late 80s. It was Shaq who really
over AI.
Shaq propelled Reebok first over AI. Absolutely.
Shaq had shoes.
Shaq propelled Reebok first.
I would argue AI propelled them in basketball.
No, it was Shaq first. You got to think about it was Shaq.
I know Shaq was first.
That's what I'm saying. It was Shaq who originally got Reebok, who took Reebok to the next stratosphere, because Reebok got popular in the late 80s. Shaq got drafted in 92. People went crazy over that pump. And then what also propelled Reebok to the next level was who? D Brown. D Brown, and then when AI came with the honeycomb, then absolutely it was crazy heat. Then it was definitely going up, without a shadow of a doubt. But it was really Shaq that propelled. But if you guys remember, when Reebok went on ahead and they had the Reebok pump where you could go ahead and walk around with it, put it on the tongue of your shoe, and then press it with the air compressor, and then it automatically pumps your shoe up. Y'all remember that? That type of technology, people went crazy over. With the little air cartridge. Do y'all remember that?
I do. So
what I'm saying is like Reebok really was like at that pinnacle point when it came there. And so I do feel like Reebok has an opportunity to make it back, because I've been giving y'all videos about the power moves and Shaq, and I love what they're doing. I just feel like Reebok needs a real face. They need a real face, and they need to keep doing what they're doing with this design. 9 minutes left. 9 minutes left.
I mean, listen, what you're saying isn't wrong, because Nike wouldn't be where they are now without Michael. Michael is what propelled the entire brand of Nike.
Check it out, Jay. In today's culture, I agree with you. I do think they need a face, but more importantly, Reebok needs to go viral, because if it's not, I don't know. I could be biased towards this, but I don't see these kids rocking any Reebok if it's not something that's trending, or you know what I mean, something that's a viral move. You know, a nice shoe, I don't think is going to be enough for these kids to pull out a Reebok.
Well,
if you look on their website, Reebok is, listen, if you look on their website, them joints selling.
No, I understand that. I don't see them on feet though. That's what I'm saying.
correct.
Yeah,
I don't know who's wearing them.
I get you.
Yeah.
Reebok needs
whenever I look at somebody, no lie, man. Like I look feet up, and I don't be seeing them on feet.
See, I want to focus in on something right here. You see, my man said Reebok needs an off-white, right? The thing is if they did that, that would not, for that moment in time, you'd have people going after the shoe strictly for the fact that it's off-white one, and then there'll probably be some resale to it. But the thing is what we are missing is the fact that Nike is more than just sports. It is a lifestyle brand. Yeah. And you are trying to take down a lifestyle brand. So as another brand, you need to somehow encompass that as well, that you are beyond sports. This is something you want. Listen, how many people do you know talk about rocking like Reebok sneakers with suits? There's like a whole segment of people out there that talk about rocking suits with Jordans. There's, during wedding season, you see like a whole slew of people rocking Jordans on their wedding day, or they got the whole groomsmen in a pair of Jordans.
Yeah.
You know, Christmas time come around. What we see? We saw these little kids going crazy because it was their first pair of Jordans. I didn't see that happening with some Reeboks. I didn't see that happening with some Adidas. Like, until you start to integrate the brands like that into general lifestyle, right? Like, you're not, it's going to be very hard to take down that juggernaut. Okay, especially, and we talking about what we see here in the U.S. Now, I don't know what it's like over in Europe like that. We hear stories that obviously Adidas is a little more prominent over there due to, you know, the soccer world and stuff like that. But I also hear that they rock, you know, while Jordans may not necessarily be the shoe that they rock a lot, that doesn't mean they're not rocking other Nike silhouettes prominently.
Right.
Shout out to Jay Miro. We got 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Hey, Des, I agree with that. He said you might need a rapper to promote. Like, that's the reason why I said it need to be.
They had that though. They had that. But
peep this. You need like a cult-like following. I'm talking about like if Taylor Swift was to rock them and she got like a cult-like following, she might be able to.
Okay, as a guy though,
snap that brand.
As a guy, are you going to go buy Reeboks because of Taylor Swift?
If I was a Swiftie, I'm telling you, she has a cult.
It's a lot of guys who
following.
But I'm asking, are you a Swiftie?
No, I'm just naming a big name. I could say Travis Scott because he got a cult-like following too. You see what I'm saying? But I think it's going to take
if Travis Scott
like
collabs with Reebok, buy him?
If I like him, yeah, I buy what I like. Okay.
Now, granted, to your point, what you're saying is not wrong because we remember the G Unit sneakers. That was part of Reebok. S. Dot Carter's, that was a part of Reebok.
Mm-hmm.
So it worked during that time.
we need
Trump to promote.
We need a Trump and Elon sneaker, and it's called Bromance.
Oh
hey,
my
yo.
God. Oh my God.
Hey, yo. You know what? You know, when you look at
it'd be called the AOs.
But when you look at the Reebok sign, it almost seems like an X, right? You could have a play on SpaceX with them.
X and X for like Twitter. Yeah, you're right.
So let me say this: where your kicks when you said
Reebok
lifestyle,
Swift.
you're right.
What's up?
I agree with you. You're right about the lifestyle part, but you got to think about it. Reebok has been off the hardwood floors out of the game for about really 15 years. A lot of people didn't know that Reebok has outlet at a lot of the outlet stores. A lot of people don't know that. And honestly, Reebok got some really good gear, but they have to start somewhere. So this is a start for them to get their name back out. And honestly, they're doing a really good job. I just do feel like when it came to the episode of Power Moves, I think Shaq should have went on ahead and maybe had obviously keep Angel Reese, but at the same time get a more of a face when it comes to the NBA. But what they're doing, they're definitely doing a really good job of bringing their models back and getting their name back out there. I do feel like if they're going to bring back an old school kick, which they should, because they already did one Reebok pump that released like last week, they have to do the D Browns. I think if they're going to do a retro, it shouldn't be a Shaq. It shouldn't be AI. It should be the D Brown. I think that kick along with a shoebox that looks like that looks like the dunk contest back in the day trophy. Man, listen, Reebok, quit playing with me, man. Y'all need me. Y'all need me. 2 minutes, man.
My homie got married and all the groomsmen had on metallic 5s.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? Like,
but Reebok been out the game off the wood floor for 15 years. I mean, you can't expect people to say, let's do a Reebok and sneakers. I mean, you can't compare. They've been out the game for 15.
I get it.
Hey, Lewis, what size you want me to go for you?
12.
Yes.
12?
The Nassau's went crazy. Thank you, Al. Listen, I'm the only one who been saying that. You the number 2 person that said that.
The only one.
Hey, the Reebok NASA collab sold out. Hey, and the Reebok NASA collab sold out. Low key. Thank you.
Exactly. The only one.
Yo. Hey, Alpha, let them laugh because I'm telling you right now, that sneaker sold out like instant, and people slept on Reebok.
But see, to y'all point, how many of y'all even know what they're talking about?
Facts.
Right? To y'all point, how many even know what they're talking about with the NASA drop? Like,
facts.
This is the thing. And listen, social media advertising is free, and these brands don't take advantage of it. Like, why can't they put out into the the shorts world like these different clips and stuff like that? Like, listen,
finish line, JD. I'm getting
these
all
kids,
the messages.
like, these kids can find ways to go viral. You as a brand can do so too, and start putting this stuff out there. That's the problem. Most of y'all don't even know what the heck they talking about with the NASA shoes. You're like, NASA shoes, NASA and Reebok. What are y'all talking about? Some of y'all Googling that crap right now.
Man, that sneaker go hard. And I'm gonna tell you right now, hey, Alpha, correct me if I'm wrong, but you talking about the high, not the low. And I know what you're talking about. We're gonna put it out there, the high.
All right, here we go. It's
we
10
live.
o'clock.
Let's get it.
We live in effect. Live in effect and direct.
The lives are lucky. Let's see here. Size 12. Here we go.
Good luck, y'all. I hope y'all put in for some other apps, man. Good luck.
How many pairs y'all going for?
Yes, sir. The highs. Facts. Facts, my guy. Facts. Kicks, man. We love kicks over here. 100%. 100%. We love kicks.
So Jay, let me ask you this, Jay, because like you said, you're fluent on these. How's the technology looking now in Reeboks in particular, as far as like to hooping?
So when it comes to those Reebok, this Reebok pair, it's called Return Energy. Something like Return Energy, where as soon as you go ahead and make a cut, where the energy that pushes forward, it goes right back to the sneaker. So like you're not really losing a step. It helps out with your step, with your first step.
Yep.
Reebok doing a great job, man. I'm telling you. And for that $120 price tag in this economy, and for a nice kick that looks like that, crazy. Most pairs are already sold out. I know the silver, the black, and I think the green and the Angel Reese. Now those kicks are starting to dwindle down and starting to be sold out.
Nice. Andrew in the build. What up?
What up, Andrew? Good morning.
Andrew, you going for these 14s? You already got them? What's your plan on them? Jay Zam said, I'm passing.
Hey, Jay said he can't add to the cart on Finish Line. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's what's happening right now.
Hey, Jay, are you passing on grape 5s?
Who, me?
No. Jay Zam in the comment section said, I'm
Jay
passing
Zam,
on these. Next cop will probably be Shattered and Undefeated Force. So
yeah, great 5s next week.
Great 5s the next week. Are you passing on
Sneaker
grapes?
of the month. Sneaker of the month.
What up?
Sneaker of the month, my guy.
What up?
I gotta have that kick will be home. That's the sneaker of the month.
Home.
No
There's
question.
gonna be more grapes than these 14s, I'll tell you that.
That's true. That's true.
My man said I'm passing on grapes.
Instead of passing on grapes. Yeah, that's what's up. I feel you.
Jason Corley said ERS is old Reebok tech.
But how they got it set up, Jason, how they got it set up this time. I don't disagree with you, but how they got it set up this time is fire.
Still trying to get those foam positive galaxies, and the prices come down on those too. Something vicious.
Yeah, that's true too. I seen that.
Prices come down on Galaxy foams. Mm-hmm.
He said I'm locked in.
Man, the price even come down on the brick by bricks a little bit as well. Not much, but it's come down.
I thought it went up because I looked yesterday. It was like 708 in my size. Hey, y'all, check it out. Weep, 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 weep.
Oh, you got your...
You got the SBs.
Got the SBBs. I'll take the dub on the SBs, man. Give y'all that review. Y'all know how we do. Still, hey, listen, I'm going to be honest with y'all, chat. Every time I put in for 2 pairs of kicks on sneakers app, I never hit. So for me to hit on 1 kick to put in for 2 at the same time is amazing to me.
Sizes 6 through 11.5 are still sitting in the SBs.
You said 6 through 11.5?
Yep.
Cool. Give you guys that review. We still pending.
Shout out to everybody in the chat. Appreciate y'all being tapped in. One Pair at a Time podcast channel. Shout out to Matt.
What up?
Yep.
Hold up.
Shout out to the chat.
My man said, what about Yeezys?
Let us know what you mean. Me, Spoiler Bear, what do you mean? What about Yeezys? Because Yeezys are comfortable as heck. And especially if you're talking about comfortability, the 700 models, man. The 700 models is super comfortable, but the 350 is my favorite model.
We're having trouble loading these 14s to cart. On Finish Line
Matt's
apps.
in the build. What up, Matt?
Miles, what's your question, famo?
Only size 7 is left on Finish Line app right now. Size 7.5.
Are you talking about the 14s?
And those 14s?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, the British Knights Diamond selling the LA gear. Yup. Hey, I hope they do, Jason. If they make a return, that would be great. Listen, I love competition, Jason.
Yeah, they cooked. JD Sport Finish Line cooked for these 14s, y'all.
I love competition, bro. I love competition, bro. I'm telling you, I love competition.
My man said I bought a pair of Air Flights yesterday.
Congrats, man.
I ain't gonna lie. Okay.
Hey, those foam posits, those Air Flights, man, them things is going up in value, man. The white sail pair that were dropped on Tuesday. Was that Tuesday?
Shout out to Swift Bitness Live.
Waiting on the 10s.
He said waiting on the 10s.
Yes, still 10s, baby.
Still 10s.
Double up. That's a double up for me.
I'm gonna go for what's the gray pair that's supposed to be releasing this year? The
You talking about
dark
the 10s?
on the 10s, yes.
So those, I thought they said that those weren't dropping this year. They were awaited.
They're
Those are
not
pushed
dropping
back.
now.
I heard different things about the gray pair.
Ooh, what if they do a limited
Shadows, and
release
you're
of
talking about
no
the
toe
shadows.
cap? Yes. What if they
The
do a
shadows.
limited release of no toe cap 10s?
Hey, that would be dope. Yes, Alpha.
Ooh,
Aqua
Aqua
8s is a must.
8s. Bugs Bunny
Oh, yeah,
8s.
Aqua
Aqua
8s.
Bugs
8.
Bunnies over Aquas, but hey, I need both pair.
Bugs Bunnies over
yeah,
Aqua.
Yep, I need
yeah,
Bugs Bunny.
Well, we know
Bugs
you
Bunny
like
over the Aqua.
predominantly white sneakers, so.
yeah. But both of those,
I
both
do
of those are
love
dope.
white sneakers. That's true.
Man, we getting so much this year. Both of those are dope. I ain't gonna hold you.
No,
Yeah,
they both double up worthy.
And the crazy part is I almost bought a pair of Aquas used. There's quite a few pairs that are coming out that I almost bought used because I didn't think we was gonna see them anytime soon. So I'm glad like flu games. I'm glad I held off a lot on those. I'm still pending on these 14s. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. 7 minutes in.
Hey, Max, congrats. He said he hit 20K yesterday. Congrats, Famo. Salute to you, bro.
Nice.
Yes, the Soulfly 8s are clean.
Oh, I have those Soulfly. I still need to rock my Soulfly 8s. Got them. I'm the Nike SBs. Okay. Secret Tyler Radio with a dub.
All right. Hey, congrats, Sneaker.
Congrats,
Sneaker. We
Got
both
the
got
SBs.
that W.
Nice.
We on that dub.
Nice.
He said he took an L on the 14s. Okay. Hey.
Anything yet, Mr. Thing?
Hey, I took an L on those 14s. Great. But we do got don't forget you got social status and our Mommy Year website with these 14s as well.
Sneaky Tyler took an L.
J Morale took an L.
A 10.5, a 9.5 to a 10.5 is available on these 14s.
Jay got more L's than Cool J.
Huh?
Right.
No, Jay Merrill, I said he got more L's than Cool J.
More L's
yeah, I see it. Hey, don't forget y'all social status though. If y'all did social status in Mommy Year,
my man said I might have to make that review pair work now. Hey, where's some extra socks? Or did you go? Wait, are they too small or too big? Pause.
You talking about for what? The 14s?
Nah, so Secret Tyler Radio didn't get his true to size. So I forget if he went up
it's
a
probably
size.
too big.
He went up a size, and he said it should have been. To me, I think 14s is to me 14s really is a kick you can wear true to size. But if you have a wide foot, then it's good to go up a half size. But for him, he said it was too big, and he went up a half size. 14s to me, you should go true to size. You should go true to size in 14s. But if you have a wide foot,
well, I took an L on Secret's app. I took an L. Maybe I go for them SBs now.
Nah,
if they still available, they might be. They might be. They might not be.
Don't do the SBs.
No, I somehow I gotta lower the blower. No, I can't even get those either. L's all around today. 14s are sold out. Gotta keep an eye out on a restock. Keep an eye out on a restock.
Alpha said check Sheik.
Everybody look at Lewis. Everybody take a look at Lewis. Take a look at Lewis.
My man got it done.
Take a look at Lewis. Look at his mood change. Look at
my man got it done. My man, Mr. Think, hit it for your boy.
Oh, Mr. Think, brother.
Think for your boy.
Mr. Think is hot hand. Boy, that boy got the hot hand.
There we go. All right. Hey, listen, that's why it's great to have a community.
I copped for my guy. You see how easy that was?
Super dope.
Easy.
Super dope.
Yeah.
It was easy.
Congrats.
I got you, my brother. I got you.
Congrats.
Done and done. You got your 14s now. Look at that.
Congrats, my guy.
Nice. Got me a Ferrair 14s coming in. Nice.
You got your 14s. I hit on Foot Locker, so I'm just waiting on those to get shipped. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hey, y'all.
That's
So
good
it
you
look
hit
like
on Foot Locker,
I
though.
told you didn't have to go get those SBs.
Hey,
I said, leave them alone. You all right.
leave 'em alone.
Appreciate
Don't you touch them SBs.
Don't you touchy.
it.
So
Jay,
what those SBs looking like right now?
Oh, you mean the P-Rod joints?
Yeah, I actually like the way those joints look, man.
Jay, you ain't go for these,
I
bro?
like the shape of those.
No,
and
I did
everything.
not. Nope.
History,
I didn't want them.
You talking about sneaker SB history with the P-Rod ones?
I didn't want them.
And they all white too,
It-
just how
it's-
you like them?
I know, and I love the diamond stitching in the back. I like that part. It's just for me, I didn't want it. But I do think the black laces go better with that kick. Honestly,
Facts.
I do believe the black laces go better.
Black laces go way better.
That's max. Yeah,
Facts.
yeah.
Facts.
No, I like the shoe, but for me
these joints are
personally,
dope.
you know what I mean.
I mean, listen, I'm gonna keep it a thing. I didn't really know much about the shoe until I started researching on them, and I didn't realize these released once every 20 years.
Good morning, Ken. Congratulations. He copped the size 10 in those feet.
Listen.
Congrats.
I need to shake Ken Norton's hand so I can pull away some of that luck for myself, because my man last year he was on a hot streak and it just has seemed to continue into 2025.
Yep.
Everything my man done hit on, bro. He done hit on all the top tier pairs basically.
Hey, Mr. Thing, can you see is the if the red Starburst and Monarch, did they sell out?
They almost gone. Now, should I open these now or wait in my review video?
Listen, you said you was waiting to your review to get your sniff test on.
They said these ones open up like a regular Ziploc bag though. Hold up.
All right, Jay. In those SBs, we have 7.5 through 10.5 available.
7.5 to 10.5, so 11 on up sold out. Okay.
Can you see that?
Yep. So I'm one of the lucky ones. Okay.
Woo boy.
Hey, Ronnie King. So Mr. Think hit on 2 pairs. One pair is going to Wear Your Kicks, and also Ken Norton took a W as well for those Ferrari 14. So it's looking like we got 3 pairs out there, man, for the dub for the chat.
Yes, sir.
Well, like Tyler,
my boy
guy
King.
Tyler, he actually copped from Finish Line.
Oh, okay. So that's 4. Congrats, Tyler.
Tyler copped from Finish Line with exclusive access.
Congrats. That's 4.
Trying to think who else in here. Man,
hey. 4.
Oh boy. Man. These ones is dope.
Ronnie King said he missed G-Fish. What up, famo?
Oh, these ones
in the
is
building.
dope.
What up?
I ain't gonna lie. These ones is dope.
And when you take that joint outside in the heat, the tongue's supposed to change purple. The Nike SB supposed to do a change.
The patch here on the back and inside the tongue, they all change.
It all changes? Yeah.
Yeah, it all changes with the sunlight. We gonna see. Listen, man. I mean, you got some nice SB. I like the fact now. Here's the crazy part, right? So if we recall, the Wizard of Oz SBs came in a similar type of bag, and then they did a second release to where the shiny pairs got put out there. Do you remember that, guys?
Yeah, you're talking about I ain't gonna lie, I prefer the shiny pair. I would have loved to have gotten
speculation that they might do the same with these since they're coming in this type of bag. That at some point they might go ahead and release like another pair.
Okay. Hey, we'll see. You know,
my man Perp said Mr. Thinks on a juicy streak.
Yes, Perp. Somebody is killing it right now, man. Mr. Think got the hot hand.
So, Secret Tyler Radio, maybe you could trade, bro. Maybe you could do a trade on them. Maybe you get your pair and you could try to like trade, like go on trade blocking or something and try to trade for a smaller size.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody out there, man, who caught that W today, man. With four, so look like four members will be receiving those Ferrari 14s. Purple Haze and myself do not like 14s, man. We just don't rock them.
Yeah. And this is my first pair. This is it. This is my first pair of 14s.
Congrats.
So we gonna hear in the video whether or not he gonna end up keeping them or getting rid of them.
That is
You
true.
know, I'm very curious. Very curious.
Sneakers app launch says ended. Correct. They sold out. They gone. Poof.
Yeah.
They're out of there.
Yeah.
Now, next week, we will be seeing the release of the Jordan 5 Grapes. Some may say sneaker of the month.
Yes. Sneaker of the month.
Probably.
My sneaker of the month.
Now. In your opinion, Jay, will they outdo the metallic 5s?
Ooh, that's a dirty question. I don't know. Me personally, I don't think so. But I think it'll be close. But I don't think so. Me personally. Nah, me personally, I don't think so. But that's a tough call because honestly, the last time we got the grapes was the Fresh Prince Bel-Air grapes, right? The ones that were not laced.
Yeah.
If I'm correct, please let me know. I think I'm correct on that. But with this Nike Air stitched in on the back like the OG pair, man, you can't beat it, man. It's sweeter than bear meat. Man. I'm just telling you.
I ain't never had no bear meat before, bro.
Jeez.
That's way too country for me.
Just saying.
Jay, you don't need some bear meat, bro?
No, man, but you know,
man,
I keep hearing it's a sweet texture.
Oof.
Oh.
Yes, sir.
See? These is clean, I ain't gonna lie.
Come on, quit playing.
Now, are you keeping white laces? Or are you swapping to the green?
Well, first of all, I'm trying to double up. But one pair, if I double up, one pair will have the purple laces. The second pair, I'll be rocking with the teal laces. I'm trying to. This is double up for me, y'all.
Look at that. Without
question.
How's that look? How's that back look?
Oh my God. My God. So Sneaker Tyler Radio been asking for the Shoestradamus. He wants Shoestradamus to appear
on these. Well, we'll have to see about getting Shoestradamus out on these.
Man, it's
definitely gonna be a pair to come out on. Honestly, bro, these grapes, they're so clean. Damn, they clean.
Hey, Travis Cool said his uncle Basil Lewis has a lawsuit against Nike. He created the air bubble design. Y'all go look him up. Shout out to Travis Cool. Shout out to you, bro. Well, I'm gonna tell you right now,
Lewis.
That air unit looks
Miles,
so good.
I literally just texted that to. I didn't even look it up, but I literally just texted that to one of my boys.
Basil Lewis Nike lawsuit. Let's see here.
Swift said those are top 10 of all time J's. Are you talking about the 14? Are you talking about the 14s or the grapes? Because for me,
Swift, talking about them grapes. All right, Basil Lewis Jr. versus Phil Knight. Oh,
okay. Hey Lewis, what's real quick, just check the private chat.
Oh, hold up.
Salute. Got you. Yeah, the grapes is tough, bro. The grapes is a tough kick to fight, man. That's a tough kick, Swift. Tough kick. Man, I'm gonna have to think about I know my top 10, but grapes is tough, bro. It's a tough kick, baby boy. Tough kick. Man, I love them grapes. I need those back in my collect, man. That's to me, those grapes is a double up. It's a double up, G. I need that kick in the collect.
Mr. Think.
Yeah. That's what I was telling you to read the chat.
Oh, I did. You drop it on out of here, my guy.
Yeah. But just take me off the stage so I can stay on.
Yeah. No problem.
So, all right, look, I got a boogie. I just worked a 12-hour shift. I got home, jumped on the live with y'all, and I got to move to
got
go.
on
I
and
got more
said,
work.
Let me get this dub and roll the hell on out.
I got more work to go through. Ain't no sleep for the weary. So look, shout out to everybody who tapped in. Y'all continue to rock out. But look, it's always love in this end.
Congrats to you, man, Mr. Think. Got the hot hand, bro.
Thanks,
bro.
Salute.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So this lawsuit situation.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. Docket was last retrieved. Let's see. Hopefully I can find out what this case is even about through here. Because there's going to be a lot of jargon I don't know how to read. Let's see.
Hey, Snick and Tyler Radio, I hope the Ferrari 14s go up so you can make that bread. I'm not mad at you, fam. I'm not mad at you.
Yeah, where they at right now?
I don't know. Have a look. Let me see. I'm gonna take a look right now and go. I'm gonna check Go. Y'all know I don't look on no other platform really, but mostly Go. So a size 11 is 350, 11 and a half, 343, a size 12 is 343, a 12 and a half is 386, a 13 is 341, a 14 is 371, and a size 17 is 978. Bentley Reed, what's going on?
If you want to sell them, I put them up now to sell.
There go Basil Lewis right there.
This is Basil Lewis here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, OKC won last night. They got real. Listen, OKC hung around, and to be honest with you, the Pacers messed up real bad. The Pacers had it in the bag, and OKC was just very persistent. And hey, shout out to OKC. So now the series is tied up.
You know, I want to review this first before we actually bring this on. So let's table this, but we're gonna definitely do some research into what's going on with this here. This is interesting. I was hoping I could find something to read over as far as his lawsuit against Nike. But I'm not going to throw that video out there yet because I don't know what's in it. Number one, I want to have an opportunity to review it first. Usually we review the stuff on here before we go ahead and drop them during the live. But that being said, with what he's talking about, this is Basil Lewis's. This is his page. All right, you guys can go ahead and if you want to already now, go ahead and check out some of these videos and see what it is he's got to say. But we'll look into that. We'll definitely look into that. Let's see here. My man said none of the Jordans are worth the hype. Some colorways just have different names to them. I mean, listen, things are desired based on perception, right? Like if enough people want something, it creates a demand. It is what it is. If you don't feel that way about the shoes, cool, but there's all types of things out here. Pokemon cards. You know what I'm saying? People out here collect. I mean, people collect stamps. People collect coins.
Yep.
Dollars.
Remember, people collect dollars too.
Yeah, people collect all types of stuff. So something's worth what people are willing to pay in order to acquire it.
Correct. Same thing for you, Niners. Like, let's say you went to old gas station equipment. There's a community out there for it. And for us, we like, why would I want something that's rusted and old inside of my crib? So, to each its own, man. But shout out to you, bro.
Hold up. Here go an example closer to home. Niners fan, right? Okay. If you have a signed Jerry Rice jersey that you're trying to sell, and you have, let's see, a Rams fan that can't stand the Niners, more than likely he gonna look at that jersey and go, trash, I don't want that damn thing. It ain't worth it. I hate Jerry Rice. I hate 49ers.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Everybody like what they like, man. Like, it's all good. Hey, Bentley Reed says opinions on buying reps. I can't afford some of the college dropout sneaker and clothing. Hey, listen, Bentley. In my opinion, you know, I don't knock people out, but I would never buy a rep. I just would never buy anything that's a rep, man. To me, I don't think it's worth it. I just wouldn't do it. Everybody walks around and say how real they are, but they're walking around with fake attire on, fake gold chains. It's not a real Hellcat. It's really an XRT, but they put a Hellcat badge on it.
SXT.
Thank you. The XT. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So again, man, you know, everybody's so real, but wearing fake stuff, man. So, you know, teachers to own, we don't knock it, but I don't support it.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to the rep sneakers, it's it's crazy what's happened in the past few years with rep sneakers. But a lot of that was due to the fact that people couldn't get their hands on the real thing, so they started turning the reps. And now there's like whole, you know, social media segments out there about reps and buying reps and getting, you know, these shoes. I mean, look, it's your money. You can use it how you want, you know. To be honest, I'm not looking that hard enough on someone's feet to try to legit check it by sight.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So
yep.
You want to do what you want to do.
Yep. We don't knock anybody. It's just that we don't support it. But, you know, do what you feel you got to do.
I mean, look, there's people walking around with fake Birkin bags and you know, fake Louis V belts on and slides and stuff, and
yep,
people rocking fake stuff all the time, you know.
Yep.
So oh, hold up, she just dropped $1.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Appreciate the donation, Bentley. Appreciate that. Appreciate the donation.
Mm-hmm.
You know? That's facts.
Yep.
That's facts.
Yep.
Yeah. But, you know, listen, look, like here. So here's what's crazy, right? And we've talked about this before. Jay, you remember how Yeezy Buster got started, right?
I remember Yeezy
Buster? Yeezy Buster. So it's I guess he's white, but he wears a face mask all the time, and he was always calling out celebrities for wearing fake shoes.
Oh, okay.
Remember, and then they had him on the Complex show. Remember, and they tried to get him legit check something. He go, oh yeah, these are real. And then they told him like Trinidad James was like, nah, these are fake.
These are fake.
Right. Anyways, there was a moment in time to where celebrities were constantly rocking. I mean, we call them fake now, but at the time they were all seen as like these crazy customs. And we were like, how can you get your hands on some of these custom sneakers? Because somehow they was wearing colorways and stuff that nobody else had. But the guy Yeezy Buster, he would, you know, go around looking at some of these celebrities, and his whole platform came upon him calling out celebrities basically for wearing fake sneakers. That's just like Ben Affleck, right? When we talked about last week, when we was talking about a Travis Scott high, and he was rocking the Chicago Travis Scotts.
Yeah.
We all know they never made those, but that's Ben Affleck. Who won't call him out like that? We know what kind of money he got.
Or maybe Nike just made him just that pair to sit at the court side. I'm playing devil's advocate.
He went to the factory himself and said, yeah, whip these up real quick.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
I get it.
I'm just playing devil's advocate.
Wasn't there a guy that sold reps of his own brand? There's quite a few of them. There was Omni and the Hellcat. He just went back to jail for selling fake sneakers, I think. And then
he went back.
His partner was So he went to jail the first time.
Correct. It was for a cable. It was for
Yes.
a cable
And
network.
so truth be told, I had one of those fire sticks, bro. My man from Philly put me on to that joint. I had one. I ain't going to lie. I had one. FBI in the chat right now. I had one of them joints. I remember I had one of those. And then now see, okay, shoe surgeon. So it's interesting, Jay, right? Because the shoe surgeon had actually been commissioned several times by Nike to create one-of-a-kind custom shoes in commemoration or celebration of different things. But the issue Nike had was that they basically went and created this school, in air quotes, right? My man said FBI has officially entered the chat. And they were basically teaching people how to make a Jordan sneaker, essentially, from the ground up. You know, it wasn't about just learning how to make a sneaker. In particular, they were creating Jordan 1s, right? So in a sense, does it come from Nike? No, they don't come directly from Nike. And the argument's always been, well, if it doesn't come directly from Nike, then they're fakes. But then there's this issue with like the shoe surgeon, right? He and what he makes and just
It's a
would you say shoe surgeon sneakers not commissioned by Nike are fake Nikes?
see. This is a slippery slope. And let me say this: if you go to a Nike store and you buy a kick, you break it down, you put it together, and then you create something else. The question is,
though.
right, but right. But Nike, it wasn't authorized by Nike. You know what I'm saying? So that's a slippery slope.
But
you know what I mean? Like,
see, the issue is it's one thing to create, like just like you're saying, Jay. You buy the shoe, you can do whatever you want with it, right? But for example, y'all hold on a second. I got grabbed.
Jay said, answer the question, laughing out loud. I am, but
y'all remember these? Y'all remember these? People were buying these and then they were painting the white parts and calling them bread highs. Right? Now, is that real? Are those real bread highs?
No,
they're not, right?
No,
they're not. But it's your shoe. You can do what you want. But now you're walking around looking like you got bread highs.
Yep. Yeah, it's a slippery. Listen, me personally, I don't have any issues with anybody buying a product and then doing customization. I don't have a problem with it. But what I'm saying is, if you go to an unauthorized dealer and it's supposed to be that product, that's not authorized.
My man said, I object, your honor. Witness not answering the question. Sustained.
That's all I'm saying, man.
I see videos of people turning Thunder 4s into black hats. Yep, they were doing that.
Yeah,
they were.
Yep.
They were doing that. They were
now,
taking the white Thunders.
If you sell it as a black, yeah, then guess what? That's a fake, bro. Correct. If you sell it like that, that's a fake, bro.
Correct.
That's a fake.
Now that's a real issue, right?
Now
if you let somebody know,
a slippery slope.
But if the person knows what you did to them,
yep.
Because do you know the content creator Dre the Shoe God?
No.
He wears glasses.
Mm-mm.
So he his platform, he does a lot of sneaker restorations, right? That's actually like his business. But he also does a lot of sneaker content. And there were people that have been sending in, like, for example, someone sent in a pair of Columbia 11s to him and asked him to black out the shoe.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So there's customizers out there that you can send your sneakers to and have them do custom work. You know what I'm saying? Now, the difference with Shoe Surgeon is he would make custom sneakers in these different sizes and then sell them, which is completely different of you sending it to him and him sending back a custom rendition.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. To me, there's nothing wrong with buying a product and then sending someone in it to do a customization, right? And then send it back to you. To me, that's fine. But if you buying something and you altering it and call it something else, then that's no.
So I think the best example of this would be like with cars, right? Let's say you buy a Vet. You get your Vet and you throw a different exhaust on it, throw a supercharger on it, or you switch the turbos, because some of them do come with superchargers. You know, if you start modifying the engine,
feedback.
Yeah, it's coming from Perp. You start modifying the engine, more than likely what that's going to do is void the warranty. Not unless where you have it at will actually add parts onto it. And if they do it, then they'll go, okay, this will be able to remain under warranty. But we're talking about engine modifications, right? Now, if you change the wheels out, you put tint on the car, if you you swap out like the seat, you change the interior.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's more than likely not going to void the warranty, but it's going to lower the trade-in value, because if you were to trade that vehicle in for the dealership to sell it, now they got to find somebody who's going to particularly like this customization to the car.
Yeah.
Perp, what's good with you, my guy?
Man,
how you feeling over there?
Hey, man, I'm feeling good now that I can hop on with the fellas, man. Jiu-jitsu got canceled, so hey, you know.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Now you're not taking classes, are you?
No. I've already trained in karate. I've trained in judo, but no, my daughter is training in jiu-jitsu.
I seen the way you was out there with the paintball. He said, screw all these hand-to-hand combat stuff. I just got these joints.
Yeah, man. I had to let these little 22-year-olds know what's up, man. Come on now. Those guys still got it in the tank.
Shoot. Jim Ross says, so if I got some Jordan 1 highs, had someone customized to put a swoosh on backwards, I don't put any Travis additional designs, am I still legit?
So here's the thing, Jay. In my opinion,
people were doing that.
You're still legit, because why? It was your kick and you had it custom to what you wanted. You're not selling it to somebody else as a Travis Scott. To me, that's the difference, because you actually bought that product. You bought a real product and you wanted to customize the way you wanted to, but you're not reselling it as a Travis Scott. So it is a legit kick that you had transformed to what you like, to your liking, but you're not selling it as a Travis Scott.
People were doing that to this shoe, putting a reverse black swoosh on it. People were doing that to this one too.
Yeah, it's a fine line between customization and just completely trying to pawn off someone else's work for something legitimate, right? You can do whatever you want to do to a shoe from a customization perspective. You can paint it, you can strip it down, you can take the swoosh off, you can flip the swoosh, you can do whatever you want to do, as long as you're selling it under the guise of a customization. From a legality standpoint, that is what it is, one-on-one.
Yep.
Now, when you do where your kicks just use an example of, right, and take that sneaker and flip it off as a Jordan 1 high, or Chicago, I'm sorry. Was it Chicago one you said they flipped it to?
bread.
Breads.
Bread.
Breads. They would all the white, they would color in black.
Yeah, and then you're trying to sell it as a bread. Yeah, no. Foul on the play. You're wrong. You're wrong. And that's completely illegal. And copyright infringement as well.
Yep.
So.
Yep.
Listen, I remember when the Panda Dunk was at its height, and you could make your own dunks. I remember Nike was preventing you from making Panda Dunks on there.
Yeah.
Because what would people have done? They would have created Panda Dunks, brought them joints, and then be trying to sell them like the normal ones. Mind you, they're Nike by use.
And then what happened? The price on the Panda started tanking. So then they were like, oh, wow. So we can actually charge full price, actually double the price of what we originally were selling them for in the first place, and still make a profit off of them. Hey, let the people go ahead and have it and dunk by you. Go ahead. Take that.
Do you feel the quality of the Reimagined series is as good as the OGs? I'm 46, so I'm all OG. Everything is difficult for me to buy the remakes. Shout out to Nightlife79. Appreciate the comment. Appreciate you being tapped into the One Pair at a Time podcast channel. How y'all feel?
I'm gonna speak quickly on this. Night, no. Quality back then to me is better than quality now. But I will say this, Nike in 2025 has done a better job when it comes to trying to bring back that quality. So do not sell yourself short of not picking up some of these retro OGs, that absolutely makes us smile like we did back in the day. You can say tech gotten better, certain things have gotten better, but when it comes to that quality, no, bro. That's what also made Nike so much special back then, because you could tell the quality of a kick now, right back then, opposed to now. Competition is high.
Well, real quick, Jay, he did specify the Reimagined series, though.
Yeah, I know. I understand. I know that, but I have to say that.
So Reimagined. So what do you think with the Reimagined series?
For me, still no. The quality back then, no. Quality back then is better than quality now. And I'm speaking from a whole perspective. But yes, I understand the Reimagined lineup.
So it depends on the shoe. I would say, for example, with as much as people like the original Bred 4s, there is something to be said about the longevity of having this leather pair. The leather is obviously going to outlast the was that Durabuck? Is that Durabuck material in the original 4s?
Yeah,
I mean, you can see like after they start to age, like patches of the material start to come off. Now with leather, it's obviously going to last you a lot longer. That's one example, but when you're looking at like the patent leather breads, that's a Reimagined sneaker. The suede Royals, that's a Reimagined sneaker, and arguably that suede on the Royals I thought was actually really nice, rich suede. White cement 3s, Reimagined white cement 3s. A lot of people were loving those. Yeah, such a vibrant blue on those, Jay.
Yeah, that pissed a lot of people off, though, apparently.
Yep.
Well, what's funny is at first people were liking it, and then I think what happened was a lot of the bigger name content creators kept saying, "Oh, well, I have my leather pair, so I'm not going to go after the suede pair." And then it turned into, I'm not going to go after the suede pair. Then it turned into dogging the suede pair.
Well, remember too, it was the color code. And when I mean by color code, the color code did not match that retro pair. So when they brought out that Reimagined, it's way more of a vibrant colorway. So you remember, it was not, this pair is more vibrant and then the other pair is more muted.
Well, I mean, you're talking about trying to put that color dye on suede versus leather. It's going to show up different.
I agree.
Yeah, it's going to show up different. I mean,
no debate on that.
I mean, overall, I really liked the Reimagined series. I will say, like, the shape of the white cement threes, the Reimagined pair, I like that style shape three versus some of the older blockier threes.
Yep.
You know, the patent of the breads, it's not a bad pair. You know, there's patent other sneakers that have come out before that people have liked. I think they're a great looking pair, the way that red and black is on there. I would say, you know, and then obviously the Chicago Reimagines. I mean, listen, once those dropped and they talked about bringing out more reimagined ones, everybody pretty much wanted another rendition of what they did with the Chicagos, with the aging of the collar and the side panels. You know what I mean? You know, so I would say overall, quality-wise and the quality of the shoe wise, like, you know, with the Chicagos, they bleed, unfortunately. That's just one of the things that happens when you try to clean them. So definitely use some of that water and stain repellent. You know what I mean?
Yeah, don't get caught out there with
WYK26 or J_elevate. Save yourself 10% off. You know, summertime's coming, rainy season's coming around certain areas, so I know some of y'all definitely gonna need some of that water and stain repellent.
Yep.
But I think they did a good job, in my opinion, with the Reimagined series. It's just sometimes, man, the overall masses can be so fickle. They're just sheep in a lot of sense. You know, they'll like something, but then when enough people say something's not good, they'll just hop on the bandwagon of saying it's not good either. Black Metallics, there we go. There's another one. Black Metallic 5. You could say best reimagined to date. I don't know. I would put them up against the Chicago Reimagined. I put them right there because Chicago Reimagined caused the app to basically break.
You know, it literally broke the internet.
And so I agree with that comment, but I'm gonna tell you the best reimagined is the 3. The best reimagined is the Air Jordan 3. Absolutely, that's
my favorite. So the white cement 3 is my favorite out of the whole series. However, most notoriable is absolutely the Chicago 1.
Yep, correct.
So, all right. So we remove feelings from it. Okay. Would you go 1-5-3 or 1-3-5?
Say that one more time.
So Chicago Reimagines, Black Metallic 5 Reimagines, White Cement 3 Reimagines, or Chicago's White Cement 3s, Black Metallic 5s as a top 3 in Reimagined series.
1-3-5.
1-3-5. Jay?
I'm an asshole. 3-5-1.
See, this is why.
So to go along with what you're asking.
That's all good. It's all good. I mean, it's your opinion. It's your opinion. Hey, look, the phone shot tapped in. He said 3-1-5.
I agree.
We got 5-3-1. Okay. Listen, it's your guys' opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I'm looking at the ones,
Miles,
just because of what happened with the sneakers app the day they released.
1, 3s, and 5s are the options.
I say the 5s because, I mean, listen, we saw the videos. There were so many fights over these 5s. It was crazy. So in that aspect, I'm looking at demand wise. You could say 1-3. You could say 1-5-3.
3-5.
In terms of cleanliness, though, in terms of cleanliness, man,
3-5-1 for me, chat. Hey, Tanny, baby, what up? What is going on? What is going on?
Man, in terms of a clean, just
So clean.
everyday shoe you can rock.
Yes.
Just every day.
Yes.
You could just wear these joints.
But
That is the greatest three of all time, by the way. I'm putting that out
everybody
there.
was
That is
talking
the
about
greatest three of
QC
all time.
issues with this sneaker, but shit, there's QC issues with damn near every sneaker that comes out.
I remember the QC. Yeah, that's also part of it too. The QC issue that happened with these.
The three is the best in my
print.
opinion.
Like
This is the third best. Three, 5, 1. 3, 5,
I'll
1.
say don't like white shoes, perp.
don't like white shoes. I don't like white shoes either. And Jay will be the first one to tell you that because I give him so much crap about it. But
You got a few different white shoes over there, though, my guy. Over that left shoulder of yours.
Not all white though.
No, I know, but you got quite a few over there.
Look,
these pairs.
Quite a few of them are bangers. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I know, right? Hype these pairs.
Hey, but you know what?
Them.
To your point though, wear your kicks. The ivory threes, man. Oh gosh.
The Craft Ivory threes.
Craft ivory threes, sir.
Craft Ivories.
I don't even like white sneakers, man. But man, those are so clean.
These.
What the biggest slept on three of the year? What was that? 2000? Was that? It came out 23 or 24?
Last year.
23.
Yeah.
Was it 23? Hold up.
I thought it was.
Hold up. Manufacture date. August 23 to October 23. So these got released in 24.
24.
Yep.
Yeah.
Look how clean. Man, listen. One of the biggest top 10 slept on sneakers of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Hands down. And for everybody going out there, I want those pure money threes. What?
Oh nah, they're not like these.
How could you like the pure money threes when you don't even like those? That is wild to me.
And the overlay is hard.
Oh my God. The heel look,
overlay.
Nasty work.
Yep.
Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, the overlay is hard.
That is sexy. That is sexy.
And it's funny, Purple, you said that we talked about this. I was like, how are these guys hyping this up and they slept on right here, this Craft 3 right here. Remember, we talked about that a couple of days ago. Like, are y'all crazy?
Right.
But
crazy.
While we on the subject of threes, can we talk about the disrespect of these right here?
We got these. We doubled up on this.
Can we talk about the disrespect of the fire red threes?
Say it for the people in the back.
The disrespect of the fire red, like really?
Yep.
Really?
Yep.
That was diabolical.
Diabolical disrespect of this shoe.
Now, fellas, I'm gonna say this. Let's be honest, man. Y'all know threes is my favorite, is my second favorite silhouette of all time. The community really don't like threes. We just gonna keep it a beam. The community really does not like threes. We just gonna keep it 100% beam. We're gonna keep it 100%, right? Hey, G-Fish said, you know why?
I don't know why. Let me know, G-Fish. Why?
Entered the chat.
The community really don't like threes, y'all. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't know why. But this right here, man, y'all, and I doubled up.
I have to admit, I was wrong about the Rare Air 1s and 3s. Ended up doubling up on both after seeing them in hand.
See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. There you go.
I've been thinking about pulling the trigger on some Rare Air 1s.
See, no hype gets it.
Yep.
I've been thinking about pulling the trigger on some Rare Air 1s.
So you're gonna go with the red swoosh? You're gonna keep it all OG?
What I would do is I would distress the swoosh, so you'd have some red coming through if I get them.
I just got an order in 2 days ago to customize a pair, so that ought to be pretty interesting.
Ooh, G-Fish said he want to get on. We got some time to let G-Fish on.
Yeah,
let the
we got some time to let. Well, usually by this time, some of y'all are talking about we got to roll out.
I got a little bit of time for the order.
This is true.
me
We got
see.
things to do. Hey, listen, I
Let's
did my
see
4
here.
mile run this morning.
Oracle act like he got
this
something to say
morning.
this morning. So we
Yeah.
definitely want to provide that platform.
Yeah, we got to get G-Fish on here. And listen, chat. Like
G-Fish, drop the email, bro.
G-Fish had a hell of a birthday celebration the other week.
Yep. And just hit him up on IG. Just hit G-Fish on IG.
Yeah.
All right, hold up.
Hey, John, listen. He said too much Eagles love in the chat. Oh.
Hey, you really about to get it with G-Fish.
Come on now.
Hey, chat, if you guys have not done so, go ahead, like, share, subscribe, man, to the One Pair at a Time podcast, individual channel, Wear Your Kicks 26, and I am your boy, Jay Elevate. Come on, man, go ahead and subscribe. Stop ghost watching. Let's get it, man.
And he about to levitate.
You know what I'm saying? We own it, man. And honestly, listen, I told you guys this. I did a video for you guys on the Rare Air 4s. And of course, I gave you guys a video on the Rare Air 3s. To me, the Rare Air 3s over the Rare Air 4s. And y'all know I am a 4, 3, then a 5 fanner. So those Rare Air 4s is crazy dope. They crazy dope as well, in my opinion, bro. So don't get it twisted.
Hey, we got anybody in here the Rare Air 4s?
You said what?
We got anybody in here going for the Rare Air 4s?
I wasn't initially, but I changed my mind a few weeks ago.
What changed your mind on them?
I mean, I was more so like, do I need the 3s and the 4s? I said I'd rather have the 3s.
Yeah,
but
facts.
I just kept seeing like the 4s pop up. I kept seeing them pop up. And I'm like, I don't necessarily hate them. And I was just like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and make a decision and get them in hand first.
Right.
Let me get them in hand and then decide whether or not I won't keep them or let them go. That's the best thing to do.
Yeah.
You know, you can't make the decision if you take an L.
Yeah.
There you go. Right? You miss every shot you don't take.
Facts.
John says 4s, 3s, 5s, then 11s.
Without further ado, this guy has been in the lives before, but it has been a minute. This is the first time here in 2025. Chat, I present to y'all Mr.
Oracle in the building.
The Oracle himself.
G-Fish.
What's good, bro?
What's up? Nah, to answer it when you was talking about the disrespect on them 3s, I mean, it ain't nothing wrong with that 3. Like, it was a good 3. You know what I'm saying? OG joint. But it was the variations. It was a lot of baking soda being passed around. So it said, like, you can't hit people over. Like, I don't know why Nike did that. Like, Ye, it was really Ye's fault. Ye started that. I'm going to sell you gray, charcoal gray, grill gray, Ye gray. And then people were just buying them joints. And then Nike seen what they was doing. So now you got that. We forgot about the Cardinal 3. They sold the Cardinal 3 a year before or a couple months before they sold that. And then what was the other 3?
Cardinal
3. The Katrina
3.
Yeah, so it's like, all right, so if I got a Cardinal 3 and a Katrina 3, and then I got the other Fire Red 3, do I need this 3? How many 3s am I have? Now the other thing I'm gonna answer too, when you said the community don't like 3s, right? This is where you gonna hate me, bro. You know what killed the 3s?
What killed the 3s?
Can we put Purple Haze on the Summer Jam screen?
Oh, snap. Okay.
This is not, look, chat, this is not a shot at Purple Haze. He like what he like. You see all them ones back there? That's what killed the 3s. Because before that, before 2015, it was a point where 3s was running stuff, right? And people was like, please start putting the 3s in the vault. If y'all remember, they was whoring out the 3s like crazy. And then 2014, 2015, it was a switch. And everybody started going crazy. Just like after a while, they start pouring out too many ones instead of it was quantity over quality.
And we were just talking about that, G-Fish, just I think a couple weeks ago on a live, how they just went with the ones, they went crazy and just put all type of dog shit on one.
They Air Force One them joints.
Yeah, they ran them into the ground. It was
But
crazy.
we see that now happening with the fours. Would you not agree?
Yeah.
Yep.
Third.
Facts.
The
Facts.
fours is the next one.
And I don't want to take too much shots at the fours because Jay love the fours, but I'm sick of seeing the four, bro. Like, bro, don't hit
Fives
me
are
with
next.
another four.
Fives are next. Look how many fives we getting this year.
Yeah, the only big
11, 12 fives this year,
Yeah,
right?
we got Awakes dropping 2 pairs. Apparently, we're getting more fives from allegedly from DJ Khaled. We also got an anniversary 5 that they dropped from Nike. We got the metallic 5s. We got great 5s.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a lot of fake love for the fives, though.
Yes.
Oh,
And that's why, look, chat, do not take what I'm saying personal to heart. I'm only calling it down the line. Some of y'all was crying 225 in 2015, which I paid 225 for them fives.
mm-hmm.
Their price is high. I'm never paying 225 for some fives. Ugh. They bring it back, put the Nike in it, and all they did was put some 3M on it. And y'all out here smacking people, tap dancing in the street, doing the Charleston, man, for the same thing that came out in 2025. I mean, came out 2015. I got the receipt. I done showed it on the show. I remember the point where people bought the was the maroon pair. Everybody was mouth watering for the maroon.
The burgundy.
225.
Oh, the burgundy
225.
C's.
The burgundy.
No.
burgundy.
I meant the 6s. The maroon 6s. People was out crying for them. They came out. People got them. They was 225. They took them joints right back to the store. Everybody wanted the Aqua 8s. Oh, man, got the glitter on it, man. Got the glitter on it. But then when you go back and look at what Jordan had on his feet, it had the glitter on it. The people took them joints back. I don't know if y'all remember these times. These price hikes was they hiked the price up on some of these sneakers in 2015 for you to pay the same price now.
And now to your point, right? And now they have a quote unquote reason, tariffs.
Oh no, look. Every year they tested it though. You know what the big test was? And I fell for it like a dummy. It started with the prom night. When the prom nights came out at $250. When they seen them joints sold out, I was like, we got him.
Speaking of 6s, aren't we getting bin 6s this year too for like $350?
I think so.
Was it this year or next year?
It's one of the two, but I know they coming out at $350 for them.
Yeah, $250 for the bins.
3. I thought they was in the 3s.
I seen $250.
But it changes every 5 years. Because I remember when the grapes came out, right? The Fresh Princes, people were so adamant about getting them because they had the Nike Air on the back. So people got them, went to Michael's and got the little handheld machine thing where you pop the holes or whatever, just so they can have that. For them to come out now and they're gonna sit on the show.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Facts, G-Fish. Facts.
It's a full circle moment.
Facts.
Bin 6 is $350, bro.
But I ain't telling you not to get them, but like that's a clean. The Great 5 is a clean sneaker.
Yeah.
I ain't never had a pair of Great 5, so.
Hey, Oracle, you think they're going to sit? What's your prediction for next weekend?
I think the people that really like them gonna grab them. The people that never had them is gonna grab them, and there's gonna be a lot of fakery going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I agree as well, but I also think that Nike is going to take this moment to capitalize on it as well. And from a trending market perspective, much to the point you made earlier when you first got on, we're going to see more price hikes. And they're going to tether them to the tariffs, although they plan on doing it based on the market valuations of how well this sneaker is going to sell next weekend. and push it forward, because now we see Nike has traditionally put a lot of eggs in one basket, and Oracle, you named it earlier. You did it with the 1s, you did it with the 3s, and now we're looking at it with the 4s. Now we're looking at it with the 5s. We have 12 plus 5s coming out this year. When the hell
is it 12 of them?
It's 12 plus 5s coming out
Oh,
this year.
Wow.
Hey,
Does that
hold
include the
hold
women's too? That include
Hold up,
women's?
Look, I just forgot that point. All right. Before our mom and then came out with that 5, people had their nose in the air at 5.
Facts.
And all they did was change that shoelace, and everybody was doodle-doo, 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 doodle-doo. All they did was change that lace. That's all they needed. And then they went in the archives and found a Jordan pick. Like, see, he won with the lace. I don't know, man. That stale lace.
See?
And look, look, and that's some of us here. Think about it. How many times y'all take the mom and their extra lace, put it up there, and they be seeing what y'all be doing, be like, you know what? Make it soda. You know what? Let's go ahead and put this 5 out, sprinkle a little 3M on it. Give it a white lace. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. They be getting y'all, man. I swear, man. And the only reason, and I don't want nobody to think I'm spitting out negative stuff, because I'm a victim of it too. How many times do we buy black and red shoes?
Yes, we did.
I just be calling it out. It's like people don't want nobody to say, don't say nothing, you're hating. Don't say nothing, you're hating. Nah. It's time to ring the alarm. The only way that stuff is gonna move if we start. All right, I'll tell you one time in the sneak community where everybody put their foot down when they tried this with them True Blue 3s. The sneak community was like, "No, sir." I don't know if y'all remember that. And the True Blue 3s had some doo-doo quality, and they raised the price. They was like, "Nah."
Yep.
You know those are on the way back, right?
Yeah, next year.
3s. They're on the way back.
Yep.
I just want these steel 10s, man. I ain't bought nothing.
Come on, G-Fish.
All I want is steel 10s, man.
So you
And I
want
don't
the
care.
toe cap?
Speak that truth, G-Fish.
No toe cap. I don't be caring about the height, none of that. Because you can have the hypest. This is another thing. You can have the hypest sneakers all you want. But if your fit is trash, it don't make you. Your swag gotta make it.
Say it again. Say it again for the people in the back.
The man make the shoe don't make the man. You can have the most limited Travis Scott out there and still be whack.
Yes,
look. Y'all hear that? That's called free game, folks.
Game.
That's called free game. And Oracle came in here hot.
Hey, shout out to hold on. Shout out to Sneaker Tyler Radio for dropping 2 $5 super stickers, bro. We appreciate the love, sponsorship of the One Pair at a Time podcast channel, man. We love it. Go ahead.
Now, I was saying Ben Affleck, y'all was talking about him with them sneakers that he had on the court. Ain't nobody looking for Ben Affleck for no swag check, man.
Nope.
And he had some exclusive stuff that you didn't have, and y'all was just sitting here debating if it was fake or not. That's my whole point.
Just the Chicago Travis Scotts, Chicago High Travis Scotts.
Oh,
he wore them, I think, on like some talk show.
What happened?
Okay. Do you remember when they were promoting the movie Air, Ben Affleck went on someone's late night talk show and he had on, they were Chicago Highs with the Travis Scott reverse swoosh on them.
No, I missed that.
He was also at the game too. With him.
Was he at a game with him on too?
He was at a game.
So he was walking around in fakes?
No. We was just alluding to the fact that I said maybe Nike made that pair for him. Maybe they were fakes, but I'm just saying I'll play devil's advocate. Maybe Nike made him that pair. I don't know.
I mean, from a legality standpoint, that would have had to have been the case. If not, he could have been sued for that.
Yeah.
So, I'm just saying maybe Nike made that pair for him. You know what I mean?
They let him slide because of that movie.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? And you know, G-Fish, I want to say, man, when you talk about like, you know, I want to tell everybody this, man. G-Fish, you hit nail in the coffin, bro. You hit nail in the coffin, G.
There go your boy.
Damn. Yeah, no, those had to have been sanctioned by Nike. Because there's no way in hell from a legality standpoint he would be able to do that without getting sued into the next decade.
Yep, that's what I said. I think Nike made it for him, but
Yeah.
that's with anything, G-Fish. You can listen, G-Fish, you hit it right. You can be a goofball riding around in a Ferrari, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you make the car. The car don't make you. You know what I'm saying? So at the same point, you know what I mean? Like I tell people, like, oh, a Reebok's played out, man. Like, no. I make the Reebok kick fire. I don't have to have a certain type of kick on to look like I'm somebody. It's just me who heightens everything up. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, y'all, it's the summertime. I'm gonna keep it a beam. Clip y'all nasty toenails, man, and go ahead and throw some Vaseline on them dogs, man, before you go ahead and step outside with your slides on and your Birkenstocks. I'm just keeping it a beam with you.
Hey,
So hold on a second. So it says here that the Air Jordan 1 highs in the Chicago colorway were made by SD Custom Footwear.
Yeah, but he could have had a subcontract with Nike. So, I mean, there's no way to know that.
Maybe.
And there are a lot of customizers out there that do have subcontract. I know them personally.
I mean, that's how we got on the whole shoe surgeon thing. But see, here we go. Here we go. Another one that's using, making all these custom Nikes, right? Hold on a second, though. Shout out to Secret Tyler Radio dropping the $5 super chat. Let's go. One pair at a time, family.
Let's
the
go.
man makes the shoes. We wear what we like and don't chase hype. We are the hype.
Hey, wear what you like. Wear what you like.
Wear what you like.
And that's the messaging that Oracle came in here hot with. Like, man, like, hey, wear what you want, man. Don't get suckered into all these marketing campaigns and schemas and shit that these hype beasts are using propaganda around. I mean, come on, wear what you like and keep it pushing.
Facts.
I mean, we seen it time again. Like, yo, Wu-Tang Dunk was the coveted when everybody was talking about it. Then when it came closer to time, man, I don't even want them joints.
I got my pair. I know that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. But to switch gears real quick, I like what you're doing with the Reebok talk part that you're doing when you following it by episode.
Appreciate it, J-Fish.
I went ahead and binge watched it. The problem with Reebok is Adidas did them dirty.
Oh yeah.
And don't nobody if you under 30, if you under 30, 35, you wouldn't understand.
Yep.
Like Shaq's son didn't even understand when he went out there and he was talking to the dude. He was like, I had to look up the history of Reebok. And that's his dad's sneaker.
And that was Nate. You talking about Nate when he went to go talk to Nate in Virginia.
Yeah, I didn't want to give up too much because you still doing the talking points on it. I got you. So like, I'm just like with Reebok, Shaq put them. All right, first it was in the late 80s.
Yep.
It was mostly females and it was workout athletic gear, right? And that's what was popular. And then people forget that Reebok had them windbreakers that was nasty.
Oh yes,
nasty, right?
I have 4 pair.
Yes,
nasty. The Reebok preseasons, they brought them back, right? I had them, but I had them in the low. You know what I'm saying? That was drip, and it was only Nike and Reebok. Won't nobody rocking Adidas like that at that time besides the shell toes or whatever. And then they bought them. And they bought Puma, which was dirty, but it's business. They buried, once they had Ye, they went and Ye helped the money go up some more. They went and bought Reebok and they went and bought Puma and then tried to bury him. And I think Puma is still under Adidas, but they buried Reebok all the way for 10 years, right? But I remember on my man show, we was talking about, yo, because he be joking me, calling us Bach boys or whatever, right? He was like, so who would you put, and this is before Shaq started signing, he was like, who would the people you would put? And I said Reese, this before she got the deal. And this is before Ye started wilding out. I said, yo, if you want to stick it to Adidas, go ahead and sign Ye. I was like, Shaq should just go over there, holler at him, have an actual meeting. Like, look, yo, if you, we'll give you the same deal Adidas got, but if you say one crazy thing, it voids the contract.
Yep.
We give you the creative control, and then Ye could have came out with Ye Box. That joint would have been through the roof. Then you go sign, and this was when he was hot.
Yep.
That year with Miami, I would have went and signed Tyler Hero, and that would have been my 3 lineup starting with Reebok. But Reebok, Shaq missing the ball in the Super Bowl. What cleat? What cleat was Devontae Smith wearing? They're paying homage to somebody.
Was it the Cobes?
Nope. He had them custom made Allen Iversons from the NFC Championship game and the Super Bowl. They talking about they need athletes, right? Well, why you ain't, as soon as you seen him paying homage to Iverson, the Iverson gave him the thumbs up. Why you ain't signed Devontae Smith coming off a Super Bowl run?
Yep. Facts.
That's why you need to have me at Reebok, man.
Look, and to your point on that, G-Fish, I even said this is a problem. I know we're on the Reebok tip right now, but this is something I said as far as part of Nike's problem too, is that how are you not capitalizing on these events? Like that whole ad campaign that they put out for Jalen Hurts, I thought was complete trash, bro. You drop that hoodie weeks later after airing that commercial, and you had like no real push.
Oh no, I'm gonna piggyback on that. All right, so you had the hoodie, right? You should have already had a Jordan 1 or a silhouette or
Like
11.
Yeah.
He already got his logo. He should have already had his sneaker, because if what's the old boy name? Doncic, if he would have won with the Lakers, they would have put his sneaker out.
Luka,
They'd have put Luka's sneaker out.
Yep.
But G-Fish, you know the problem, right? And I know you know the problem. When you look at Nike has too many people on their roster, so people get lost in the sauce. Let's just be honest with you. They picking and choosing how they do it, and that's why a lot of players have been open to going to other brands, because they want to be the face, or they don't want to have a area where they have to compete as nearly as much, because too many people get lost in the sauce. That's the great thing about Reebok, Puma, right? Those brands like that. Even Adidas, there's still room for people for Adidas. Let's just be honest with you. Nike has so many people get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, but they also slipping right now. Why the Shades is not out right now? He in the NBA Finals. Why you ain't doing a shot drop at halftime?
Facts.
You ain't even got to do the whole shebang, man.
Man, I thought they was gonna shot drop the breads during the Super Bowl.
Yeah, because he did walk out. He had the breads on. They sent him a pair of breads for him to warm up in.
Yep.
I don't know, man. Nike be dropping the ball. I felt like Reebok, you looking for athletes. All right. And the only thing is, too, Shaq was like, yo, high tops and this, that, and the third. I'm like, man, you ain't looking at your surroundings, bro. Like, they ain't even wearing high tops no more.
Read the room.
And that's why Shaq need to have me, because I'd have been in there and be like, look, you need to start going in the archives. You went in the archives and pulled out your sneaker and Iverson sneaker.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's go back in the archives and pull out Frank Thomas.
Yep.
Pull out. We still ain't seen the Sam Cassells.
Come on.
Oh,
come on now.
How about the Sam Cassells?
And then you put them as limited releases. You don't just make 1 million of them joints and then be like, yo, man, why these joints sitting? Then you go to the outlet, they $39.99. Nah, bro.
It's true.
Nah.
It's true.
And I'm getting celebrities. Look, I'm going, like, Wale is not exclusive to nobody, right?
Yeah,
everybody know he in the sneak community. I'm going ahead. I
thought he exclusive to Nike now, because he's got like a whole Nike line.
Well, I'm talking hypothetical. Now he is with that one sneaker, right?
Correct.
Bomb. Send him a pair of Sam Cassells. Yep. Send so, like, even this too. He's asking his son, but I'm looking at his son like, all right, he know, but he don't know. Because if I was in that meeting, I'd have been like, look, we got to get some influencers. You want to change? You want to change what's going on now in the street? We need to start sending product to influencers.
But hey, G-Fish, you know the problem with Sharif O'Neal too, right? And I know you peeped this, and I don't want to like mess up anything for nobody who hasn't seen it, but definitely check out my my series, and I'm not done with it yet. If you notice, Sharif O'Neal wears a lot of what? What type of shirts do he wear a lot of? G-Fish, if you remember. Supreme. If you notice, when it comes to his shirts he been rocking on there, you see a few times Reebok, but he has rocked a lot of Supremes. When they talk about him on court, only time they showed him maybe on the court or walking to the court when he tried out for the Kings, he had Reebok on, but everything else he was rocking Nike. So he rocking Nike Supreme stuff, but his dad has a lifelong contract with Reebok. Am I wrong?
Yeah. I mean, no, you're not wrong. I'm just saying, like, it's mad ways they can.
Yes.
All right, so look, I wouldn't be focusing on Nike if I'm Shaq. I'm focusing on the get back. I would have been in a board meeting and been like, yo, our focus is not on Nike. Nike's gonna be number one. We not focusing on Nike. What we gonna focus is on Adidas for trying to bury us.
Yep. Facts. And that's why Shaq said if in 2 to 3 years or 3 to 4 years, he said, if we're not number 2, I'm gonna be pissed.
Well, he gonna be pissed because this ain't no overnight thing.
Facts.
You gonna have to start from the ground up. So that's why I said you got to get the influencers involved, right? Bring some of the classes out to feed the OGs, but make them limited.
Yep.
You know what? One of the most prominent, like when I think of Reebok, the thing I still remember is, do you guys remember the Terry Tate office linebacker commercials?
Say it again.
I do.
Remember the Terry Tate office linebacker commercials?
Yeah.
That's the one. When I think about Reebok, I mean, besides Iverson and all them, like that's the one thing that stands out in my mind is I remember he was wearing like Reebok jersey. Like they're not out there like that. They're not out there like that. Like in G-Fish, correct me if I'm wrong. We have all these different social media platforms that you could advertise and do stuff with for free. But what exactly are we doing?
No, all right, so I'm just going off of that one episode, right? Because I don't want to go into all the episodes because Jay's doing work on it. But when he had him at the board table, when he was asking what direction and stuff like that, but you gotta get influencers involved. You got to.
Yep.
Because the influencers gonna make a break. They can, if it's 10,000 influencers saying your sneaker is trash, your sneaker is dead before you even get it through for them to make it.
Yep.
Correct.
So like now the white chick that was up there, I do agree when she said, I think it was the white chick and the black chick. They said we need to focus on the WNBA.
Yep.
Definitely, they need to do that. But also too, you know how many NFL players like Nike done got away from NFL players. I don't even know why. I don't even know why Saquon Barkley and Odell Beckham, they had a sneaker, but why they ain't got their own sneaker, not rendition of somebody else's stuff.
Yeah.
So if I'm Reebok, I would start focusing on some NFL players up and coming, and I would start focusing on just certain players. And the one white dude, he was right. They was trying to get Shea, and Shea, he was just like, yo, it's too much money. We need to start from grassroots. We need to get the next up and coming and help build them up, and then make people follow that. I agree with that.
You talking about Colin?
Yep.
Colin, yeah, Colin.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, to your point, Reebok used to be, we were talking about this earlier, a prominent brand amongst football players.
Yeah.
Very prominent brand amongst football players. You used to see a lot of Reebok on NFL players.
But they still got artists on the roster. Like I don't know what they doing with Currency. Currency had 2 sneakers under Reebok. Cameron is signed to Reebok. Cameron had 2 sneakers under Reebok. Cardi B is signed under Reebok.
Yep. My
Now,
little sister loved the Cardi B's when I got it for her. She loved her Cardi B's, man.
because
She
they
loved it.
saying who they would have signed. All right, so look, the Cardi B is a dud. You know why Cardi B is a dud? Because Cardi B not active. She ain't dropped that second album. You know who is active though? Gorilla, active as hell.
Mm-hmm. Gorilla would not be a bad look at to get maybe a 1 shoe or 2 shoe deal. Wouldn't be bad.
And picture that video where her Reeboks let it cook. Dun, 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 dun. Let it cook. Them chicks would be like, yo, what she got on? And they gotta be fire. It can't be you just gonna put her in
Yep.
some regular
Classics.
yeah, like nah, bro.
Yo,
But we'll go back to Nike. I don't know why you don't have the MVP in the finals and his sneaker not on the shelf right now, bro.
yeah.
That is insane.
Yep.
Missed
SGA.
opportunities.
Mhm.
Missed opportunities.
A lot of missed opportunities when it comes to advertising for whatever reason that none of us can call it at this point. It'd be nice to be a fly on the wall in some of these meetings to see what exactly it is they're talking about.
Shitty
Looking to
marketing
try to do.
SVP that should have been gone 5 years ago.
Hey yo, you know what the crazy thing is? When I say the Reebok, you see how that sound before he started crazy? How that sound a ring Reebok?
Reebok. Yeah, the
Man,
Reebok.
that's out of here, boy.
Yep.
Out of here.
And honestly, G Fish, what Ye is doing right now with how he's selling kicks and his clothes for $20, bro. He on a rampage. He tearing it up right now. Let's just be honest.
And Reebok gotta take their product out of Walmart, bro.
Yes, facts.
You
Yep.
gotta take that out of like if you gonna leave the tights or whatever, leave that in there. But all that other stuff people associate Shaq, they associate the younger generation don't know you helped started that rise for Reebok.
Yep.
They wasn't around for the pump. All
Yep.
they remember you is your sneakers that's in Walmart. But which is crazy on the flip side, I don't know people seeing that when Shaq did the interview, he was like, Nike actually make the sneaker. Them Shaqs that's in Walmart, Nike foot that.
That Shaq deal. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
You
Because
know,
it makes sense though when you go in Walmart and you look at it, be like, dang, why these Walmart sneakers look like fours? Nike just ain't put their name on it. It's just like Verizon. You go to what is it? One of these secondary phone companies or whatever. It could
Yep.
be
Like
like
Boost
Boost
Mobile.
Mobile,
Bruce Mobile.
but you still under the Verizon network. You just buying your joint from the hood.
Yep. It's true though. It's true.
Hey.
It's special.
I'm gonna tell the community this, man. Like one of the videos, if y'all notice, I had on a yellow shirt, right? That's Reebok. I got a sweatshirt. That's Reebok. If you go to to an outlet store, an outlet mall, you will see Reebok outlet, and you go in there, you will find some pretty dope gear from Reebok. I'm just giving you facts, not the same stuff you'll see in Walmart. But again, G Fish just said it perfectly. It's about branding. You got to get this stuff out of Walmart because people associate that with something, you know, in terms of, no, I can't rock no Walmart stuff. I'm just, you know, it is what it's called is a psychological aspect when it comes to like marketing. It is what it is. We just gonna call it 100% beam. It's business. It's psychological business when it comes to marketing. So, but I do think G Fish they're on a very good trend right now. But you and I agree 1,000%. They have to have that face. Yes, Angel Reese is that face, but we need that we need that NBA, a true face, which they got. I don't want to spoil it, but we know about Modest, but Modest is not like a true NBA like face we can associate with, and they need someone definitely from football and NHL, bro. They need an NHL player as well.
Definitely need NHL. But see, I wouldn't limit myself to none of it. Like I will at this point, I know I can get cheap deals because some of these players don't have deals for their own sneakers. So I'm going to MLB.
Yep.
MLB, this is the crazy thing why baseball died. They never really did a whole bunch of commercials and all this other stuff with MLB. Like you don't even know the players no more. Now they
No.
starting to go back. Now you're starting to see Dairy Queen commercials and stuff like that with MLB players. So there's a lot of players with contracts with Nike, but they don't have their own sneaker.
Yep.
Yeah, they list as Nike athletes.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Miles says Reese needs to produce and win games.
I will say this, Miles. I understand what you're saying. This is a scoring session, a scoring era, but I mean you got to get a young lady props, man. The fastest to score 500 points and 500 rebounds is Angel Reese, man. She made history. People got to give her credit for her defense and for her rebound. Whether y'all want to call her the me-bound queen, then guess what? The other WNBA players need to go ahead and figure out how to block her out, so she ain't got to be the rebound queen. But I understand she has to produce some dubs. I agree with that, fam.
And then what's her sneaker called? The gritty.
Yeah, pretty gritty.
They need to come out with the All right, so take that sneaker, right? They already got her colorways, but they need to take the Shaq Attack colorway and add to that sneaker
Mm,
on some subliminal.
mm, mm, mm.
And stop pouring out irises, yo.
Yep.
You laughing up there serious? Like, yo, how many times like Shaq, they would put out the Shaq Attacks every maybe. I think the Shaq Attacks only hit the streets at least 4 times in this existence. 4 times since '92, right? But how many times the questions been out?
Mm-hmm. Let's be honest. The questions do way better
Questions
than the
are sitting around
Shaq.
in a lot of places too.
Because you know why? Because they sell the questions every 2 years.
Yeah, they need a break.
Like Jordan Brand.
Arguably, I think the questions are probably Iverson's best shoe, though.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
Questions are the best of the shoe. If I did anything to the questions, it would be to slim it down a little bit.
All right, so I don't know. I mean, it depends on what age group, right? When I look at Iverson line, he only got 3. And the third one is only hyped because he stepped over Tyronn Lue. Won't nobody really, you couldn't really get it off with a fit. Those are sweatpants all day. But the first 2, you could throw a fit with that joint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you saying that, you said the questions, but the second pair, you know how much hype that joint had around them? That joint came with a DVD back in the day. The behind the scenes joint. When his mom was braiding his hair and everything.
What's the second one? What's the one that had the zipper in the front?
No, I think they called the answer 2s, I think. I'm talking about the answer. So it was the question, and then the answer that had the DMX bottom is the one when he had the video when he was like, and I was just catching up to the crossover.
Yep.
And then that's when the logo, the official AI logos came out.
The I3 joint.
Yeah, and it had the shorts and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay. So this is the pair I'm talking about.
Neighborhood Superstar said he got the questions on right now. And hey, and Tyler, you're right, bro. Like I'm telling you, the Reebok tennises are nice.
Which ones were these? Because I had these.
That's the third pair.
Okay.
That's
so
the
I had
one
questions,
with the
and I had these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the one when he stepped over Tyronn Lue. I'm talking about the one that came out before that.
That's the zipper. I think that's the zip up. That's the zip up joint.
The one that came out before that is the answers.
Yep.
The one you got is the one where Jadakiss did the commercial with him.
Yes, I remember that one.
David Bell said that the one with the Jadakiss commercial was okay as well.
Yeah, the one he's showing on the screen is the Jadakiss commercial. The first answers after the question. The ones that's black, white, and gold. And they got Iverson written down the middle of the tongue.
These?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I wasn't a fan of these.
I mean, I agree.
I wasn't a fan of these.
Man, this street was ringing with them joints when they first dropped, boy. Because he had did that crossover. He had made up a new crossover with them joints.
I remember that. I remember that commercial. I remember the commercial where he was doing the dribbling. I remember that. I do remember that commercial.
Yeah. I still think AI got the best crossover in the league ever. That's just my opinion, man. It's my opinion.
Over Jamal Crawford and all them? Over Tim Hardaway? Nah.
I'm picking AI over Tim. I'm picking AI over Tim.
Iverson's crossover was something nasty.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you something. I even think Jamal Crawford got a better crossover than
Tim Hardaway.
Tim Hardaway.
Yeah.
Jamal Crawford handles is crazy. Hey, his handles is something special. I'm just telling you, his handles is something special.
Definitely. Ooh, shoot, man, what time is it there? It's 11:30. Woo.
We out here rocking the
We
day.
out here rocking right now. 2 hours, 26 minutes. G-Fish done peaced out. Appreciate it for being tapped in. Yeah, man. Perp, you still with us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Multitasking.
Got you.
Yes, Kyrie. Yes, his handles is wild as well, bro. But I'm still gonna give it to
overall handles. Kyrie
over AI.
Overall handle. What?
Over AI? Whoa!
What? You asked that like that's even a question?
It's a great battle, bro. It's a great battle, but AI, whoa, I don't know about that.
Listen.
I don't know about that.
Iverson, I would argue Iverson's athleticism is above Kyrie's, right? AI was just so fast. His handles were great. It was so fast. But Kyrie has had some epic breakdowns of defenders that just leave them with like their legs looking like spaghetti.
So okay, listen. I love Kyrie, bro. But
Kyrie's handles it.
You know who Kyrie? You know who Kyrie developed his handle game from?
Who?
Sham God. He did, but and I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but like I do feel like Kyrie is probably best top 3 of all time, probably when it comes to handles. But that AI, it's a heck of a debate, man.
Listen, I think every player looks to other players for inspiration as they were growing up. You know what I mean? God. Like it's just, and I remember that Sham God crossover too.
Oh my god! Oh
yeah, that just was nasty.
Oh my god!
That Sham God crossover is nasty. Nasty work.
Whoa!
Yeah. Is it NBA legal though?
Some things aren't. Some things, the way the league is turning now, it might be legal. It might be legal. The way things are going now, it might be legal. Back then, I don't think so.
Man,
Sham God. Listen, y'all don't know who Sham God is. Hey.
Listen, I really feel like the NBA missed the boat. When at the height of the N1 series. If they had just done like an exhibition game, I feel like that would have brought in money.
Yeah.
I feel like an exhibition game against the N1 players would have brought in money.
Hey, and BT said AI was playing when guys still put hands on each other. And that's a whole nother reason why I have to say AI handles is, to me, I'm not saying way better than Kyrie, but it is a heck of a debate, man. It is a heck of a debate.
True, but okay, when you look at the way Kyrie is with the ball, it's almost as if he's got it on like a yo-yo string half the time. AI's thing was AI would just take a beating sometimes, like his handle was there, but his first step was so fast that he had the ability to just blow by defenders. He wasn't necessarily like doing dribble breakdowns of people unless he was bringing out that crossover. So that's the reason why I say, like, handle wise, you have a lot of examples of Kyrie doing dribble breakdowns on people versus AI would just that first step was just so fast, bro.
Listen,
fast.
You're not gonna like this, but I'm gonna say it, man, before we get off, man. Curry. If you guys don't think Curry handles is on par with them guys, man, y'all crazy.
Curry's got good handle, but is he Kyrie good? No.
Listen. If you don't put Curry in that conversation, y'all crazy. And Jamal Crawford. I'm just saying, Kerr is smooth with it. Like I think with Curry, the difference between is he go more left and right and left than any other player when it comes to that crossover. He really does. He work you, bro. He work you.
Hey, shout out to David Bell for the $5 super chat.
Shout
I
out.
want to drop a
Salute.
new kick in the year that Nike opens up the vault. How do you compete with so many great man?
Whoa,
man, you're right.
Hey. Whew,
You're right.
David.
Right. You know, well, real quick, shout out to David, man, for the $5 super. Hey, shout out to everybody who has been sponsoring the channel in the past and today.
Yep.
We definitely appreciate all the love here at the One Pair at a Time podcast channel, man. We definitely appreciate that
Secret
love.
Tyler Radio, man. I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
man, you've been a day one supporter from day one jump, and we
David Bell, we 1000% appreciate this, bro.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So again, how do you compete when so many grails have been dropping from Nike?
So, David, you really listen. This is the year to Nike, bro. Listen, I've said it 1,000 times. No other sneaker brand has a chance this year, in my opinion. 2026, I think we'll definitely see some shifting here and there. But yes, this year, Nike owns it. This is the year to Nike, without question. I don't even think there's going to be a kick in the top 10 this year that is not Nike, in my opinion. For most people, that's my opinion. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, Nike is just. They said, yeah, we're the juggernaut, and this year they've been showing why they're a juggernaut. I mean, when you really think about, and listen, remove Jordans. I mean, look what happened with those Air Max 95s that just recently dropped that everybody was going hard for. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right, Mandarin.
Yeah, like even that pair, right? There was like 3 different colorways, aren't there? Green, orange, and there was a red one, I think.
Okay.
In any case, Nike just has so many iconic sneakers that people just love. You know what I mean? Whether it be foam posits, Air Max 90s, the Air Force One. I mean, just like even here, we got another Air Tech Challenge dropping. You guys seen that one?
Yep.
That's on the way. I mean, another one of those drop. I mean, and arguably like them bringing the Air Techs back out, like it kind of snowballed as far as people really starting to gravitate towards that shoe. Now, arguably, we got one coming here that I don't know how it's going to do. I mean, the that pink one they dropped, I forget what the name of it was, but this one dropping here, the Tart, this will probably do fairly well as well. I mean, it's a nice, clean colorway. It's not. Listen, it's not gonna sell out, but at the end of the day, it's gonna do decent. It's just that. It's just the fact that there's so many iconic, memorable, historic silhouettes from Nike.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
This is the year.
Like it's just tough.
Yep. This
It's
is the year
just tough when you think about Adidas. Shell toes, Sambas, the high top straps, and what else?
You talking about in terms of like old school Adidas?
When you think about Adidas silhouettes that are iconic like that, shell toes, high tops with straps, and Sambas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Reeboks. We just talked about it. Shaqs, Iversons.
Yep.
I mean, I would say, naming guys like Sam Cassell and them, like those are if you really know. Like G-Fish is on a different level in terms of Nike. In terms of sneaker history in itself. It's so different. It's so different. You know, so you really got to know your shoes. You know what I'm saying, to understand those. You know what I mean? But again, just there's so many iconic silhouettes that come from Nike. And mind you, this is all on the back. I mean, even think back to the Prefontaine days, bro. Like the waffle bottoms. Like it's hard to compete with that. Very hard.
Yeah.
Let's see here. It seemed like the past couple of years, the AirTech Challenge has been coming out every summer.
Yep. It's a lot. It's a lot, chat. It's just definitely a lot to take in. Listen, man, you guys been rocking with us for over 2 hours, 2 hours and 36 minutes, man. Listen, go ahead, like, share, subscribe, hit that post notification bell. I am your boy, Jay Elevate.
Hey, Perp, man, you got anything before we close on out of here, my guy?
I mean, I can't really follow up after that.
Stop it.
That was it. Chat, thank you all for rocking out with us. As always, every Saturday, you guys went for a treat with Oracle today, man. So, man, thank y'all for the chat. Thank you all for the donations. More importantly, thank y'all for the support.
Nice. Yeah, Tana, baby. Yeah, Nike's wild with these prices, though. That cake is very nice. What's 155 is crazy. I mean, listen, we were talking about the Saquon Barkley cleats that just dropped. I think it's $230 for them damn cleats, bro. Like some of these prices, I mean, that is something that's going to hurt Nike as we continue to move forward. Is the high prices, but there's still that demand. So while people are still buying them, they're going to still start charging for them. But hey, if you're patient enough, a lot of these shoes will go on sale. Sometimes you can get them early on the secondary market for under retail before they even release. There's different ways out here to save money. You know, use some of your points to get some of them coupons from your Foot Lockers, your JD Sports. You know what I'm saying? Do what you can to try to save money on some of these shoes. But once again, man, we definitely appreciate y'all being a part of the podcast channel. Another beautiful Saturday morning. Hopefully you guys are going to have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Shout out to everybody who caught W's. Make sure you keep an eye out for restocks if you're still looking for a pair of the Ferrair 14s. I'm pretty sure we're probably going to see a couple of restocks of those, but they will move quick, so you better be on your P's and Q's to try to cop them. In any case, guys, appreciate you once again. Check us out next week, Saturday, for the Great 5 release, June 21st, 9 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, One Pair at a Time podcast channel. Appreciate y'all and reminding you guys that you too can have a great collection, but it comes one pair at a time. And we are out, y'all. Peace.